So our step 4 today for our life, I think I heard from my friend who finished it that there actually isn't any chapters. So what we're doing right now, like the beginning of the summer, is actually the entire step 4. So I don't think it's gonna take us that long to finish it. All right, y'all, who's ready to finish out this Our Life? So we left off. We are adults. We are with our boy Cove, madly in love. We're living together. And it's our mom's anniversary. And I think that's pretty much where we left off. We went to the beach with him, had a nice little date day, caught up with our sister, maybe? Who did we catch up with? I don't remember. My memory sucks. But so right now we're going to our mom's house. We caught up with Cliff, which is Cove's dad. We're going to our mom's house to go to the anniversary dinner. And the plant was discovered by aliens. Something caused total eclipse of the sun for a bit. Then boom, there's a man-eating plant. So really, it's on the plants. It's not even your liability. It's not your fault an alien species plants came to Earth and you just took care of it in your plant shop. That is totally innocent. How are you supposed to know? And question, is an alien species technically a protected class? Because it's alien. So like, does it count as like a person? Not daddy Cove. I don't know, Cove is kind of daddy. In the most innocent way. Okay, anyways, Cove and you ran up from the beach, sand flying from your steps. Cove made it to the road first, but you managed to catch up with him by the time you reached your house. Did we have a race? It wasn't exactly a race. Oh, well, thanks, game, for immediately answering that question. Daddy in the most innocent way. Yeah, this is daddy in the most innocent way. The only time you'll hear a birdie say that's what is daddy. True. That is the only time. Gonna have a musical night with y'all. Little Shop of Horrors would be fun to watch. I would love to watch musicals together. Where can we watch them? Are they on YouTube? I know Phantom of the Opera is on YouTube. I know, does Disney Plus have some? I would be happy to do a movie night where we stream that. That'd be super fun. Is Dear Evan Hansen? I know there's Grease. Okay, hot take, I hate Grease. I hate Grease. I'll watch it with y'all, but I hate Grease. I don't like the toxic masculinity. I'm not about the songs. Like, it's not a good play. But I would watch it if y'all wanted to. Netflix, Disney Plus, and Hulu. Oh, I know Rent's on Netflix. I cry every time I watch Rent, though. I will sob. I will be sobbing if we do that. Grease was the worst show I've ever been in. Cat, spill. Tell me all the gossip. What happened? Because Grease is horrible as is, so I can't imagine being in it. I'm so glad I was never in it. Evita was the worst show I'd ever been in. I hated Evita, but mainly because of the director. All right. It wasn't exactly a race, and yet it also wasn't a competition. Both of you were laughing by the time you bumbled through the old front door together. Rent isn't on Netflix anymore? What happened to it? I hate the toxic masculinity. Exactly, being is so bad. There's our daddy. Pterodactyl screech. HBO Max is Little Shop of Horrors, I think. Ooh, I don't have HBO Max, but if someone else does, and is willing to stream it, I would be happy to do that. God, Zazzy, no! I thought I was muted! I thought I was safe. You inhaled deeply and shouted loud enough to be heard anywhere in the house. We're here! Your moms were seated in the living room. Their eyes sparkled as they locked on you, your light dusting of sand.
Hello.
Welcome home. Unlooked for now. God damn it, Sassy. Technically, it's on YouTube. It's a purchase rent thing. I mean, if it's not expensive, I don't mind doing that. Hot daddy Cove. Well, okay, I'll stop. No, like, look at him. He aged so well, though. You cannot tell me Cove isn't like, oh. I love Cove. And he's so, he's such good representation, and he's so eloquent, and he's so comforting, and he's just so good at communication, and he's so healthy. Like, Cove is goals. Mom leaned forward, eyebrows raised at your jubilant entrance. Ma sighed wistfully.
Aww.
That brings back memories. Cove chuckled shyly as he scratched the back of his head. I hope we're not too late. Nope, just in time. But you better start packing up. Liz will be waiting. Ma nodded as she stood up from her seat. She lightly ran her fingers over her clothes to smooth out the wrinkles. It took you a second to remember where you had put your stuff. You needed to get it all in the car so you could get everything back to your hotel. Can I help? You shrugged. I cannot read today. This is going to be rough. And directed him to your bags. With Cove, your mom's, and yourself on the job, it only took one trip to the car to get everything. Cove firmly closed the trunk, and you thanked everyone for the assistance. Of course, kiddo. Come along, Birdie family. Let's get in the car. That means you too, Cove. You know you're essentially family anyways. Thanks. Ah, look at that face! Exactly. Well said, Devin. Yeah, my boyfriend and you're practically family. Butts are approved in this chat. Go ahead and say butts all you want. We're a butt-friendly community. Oh my god. Cove climbed in the backseat with delicately a touched expression on his face. You got in on the other side. When everyone was situated and buckled, the engine was started and Ma pulled out onto the street. You couldn't help but feel amused to be stuck in the backseat with Cove. Your mom's driving you around. It really was like you were little kids again. Cove caught you staring at him and gave you a bent smile. He was probably on the same wavelengths as you from the sheer mischief in it. There was some light chatting on the drive. No one brought up anything too deep, and it mostly became swapping jokey stories. The entire trip was marked by a heavy sense of anticipation. Everyone was ecstatic to see Liz and hear what she had been up to. I'm excited to see our sister. When you neared the airport, Mom pulled out her phone to call Liz. Ma followed the signs to the correct pickup area and asked for you to shout for your sister if you saw her. Yeah, Liz, we're at Wing B. There's a blue sign that says North America.
All right.
Tell her that we're right in front of the building with the blue windows. Wait, hold on. Oh wait, maybe it was something else? May wondered if you had watched it. She said it's her ultimate comfort show. Oh my god, what is it about? May, tell me, what's it about? Where butts bot? Where are the butt bots? Oh, I don't have a butt bot. Wait, there's a butt bot? What's a butt bot? Willy and butt type. Oh my god, get your Willy out of my chat. Bugs and butt. Stop it! I don't want willies in the butts. No willies with the butts. Oh no. Feathery stream since 2021. I'm not a butt. Nope, nope. Oh my god. Yeah, Twitch is unknowable, Crow. I don't understand what things happen. Never accept my will. You want me to accept your willy in the butt. I have questions for you. I have some questions. Oh my goodness. No. Oh lord. There's a bot called Buttspot that adds the word but to random messages in chat. That is hilarious, and how do I get it? I need that. I see at least 3 yellow tracks. I think they're doing a work at the airport. The back and forth continued with Ma driving around in the wide circular airport road while Mom attempted a coordination between her and Liz's location. Aha! You leaned forward, peering at the front of the car. All tall, poised silhouette pulled a pale purple roll-along suitcase behind her. It was definitely Liz. She waved to the car. Ma parked along the sidewalk next to her, and Mom put her phone away with a cheer. Mission accomplished then, team. Ma excitedly reached over to grasp Mom's raised hand, thrilled that both of her kids were back.
Good job.
That's right. Liz came closer and yanked open the back door beside her. She popped her head into the car, her smile ordinary despite how tired she appeared. It must have been a long trip for her, yet her expression was that same familiar smirk that you had grown up with.
Hey.
Oh my god, Liz is so cute! Hello, children. I'm back. I love her. Oh my god. Oh, hey, old grandpa who doesn't have any kids. Hey, terrible. I thought you were streaming later tonight. Dang. No, I always stream in the morning on Sundays, except when I'm late, which I was today. To quote John Rosen, I have several questions. Yes, I do. Well, what did you say, Crow? Well, yesterday my friend got follow butted. Is your friend okay? Are they fine? Did they get it all worked out? Oh, and I wanted to say, hi, I'm not a bot. Me, every time I go into someone's chat now, hi, I'm not a bot. Censor words will vary by stream depending on the setting they have for auto mod and which words. Yeah, I have low auto mod blocking, but I do have a bunch of words that I specifically went in and blocked. You go to Buttspot channel and Twitch and follow the thing it tells you to do. Okay, I'll do that after stream today. That's awesome. I thought, but it said your message wasn't posted due to conflicts with the channel's moderation site instead of the regular. Weird. That's really weird. I wonder what it was. We went on a band spree. Basically, it was like whack-a-mole. Ooh, fun. You gotta love that. Hello, I hate studying. Seven Care Island is the ultimate comfort show. Just by the way, that's May. In case anyone was wondering. Ultimate comfort show, just pure cute zen energy. Wait, what is it about though, May? You gotta tell me what it's actually about. Is it like animated? Is it person? Yesterday I was modding and they got followed by literally over 100 bots. Oh my god, electrifying. That is my nightmare. I saw so, and I've been in a bunch of streams where I've watched people get follow botted by over like 1,000 bots. And the amount of stress I feel just watching that happen, oh my god. I have no idea what that is. I look my shiny new sword. Wield it with power and grace. Rude. You shouldn't speak to your elders like that. Oh my god, look her sassy eyebrows. She's like, I'll see you. I see you, fam. I'ma hug her. You quickly unbuckled and then launched yourself at your sister. She wrapped her arms around you and squeezed. Well, hi to you too, kiddo. Hello, sweetie. It's so nice that you're here. Hi, Elizabeth. He jokingly huffed at her. We're not children. Whatever you say, baby boy. Ah! You can't call Daddy Cove baby boy! That's weird! Oh my god. It was whack-a-bot yesterday. Oh my god. Gonna go shopping in a bit for Halloween. Pyra, what are you gonna get? But loving the vibes right now. I hope you have a great time shopping for Halloweeny things. What are you gonna do? Who are you gonna be? Give me. Tell me. I love Halloween. I want I have pumpkins, y'all. I bought pumpkins. Wait. I have pumpkins. I bought a pumpkin. Because pumpkins. I want to go pumpkin picking and apple picking and like do all the fall things soon. And I really want to do a Halloween stream. I'm trying to figure out, because it's Sunday. Halloween's a Sunday, y'all. And I stream Sundays. So I was like, I should do a Halloween stream on Sunday. So I think we're going to do a community day for Halloween on Sundays. But I don't know what to do. So if you have ideas, let me know. But yes. The half-rotten goddess. You're going to do, a Persephone type deal? That's really cool. I love that. That's awesome. Oh no, Hela. I read the wrong thing. I'm gonna dress up as Hela from Norse mythology. Ooh, that's even cooler. Half-rotten goddess of the underworld. Oh my god, I love that. Oh my god, spooky season. Spain doesn't have spooky season. Well, Cat, live vicariously through us. I'm sure Spain does something, right? I love pumpkin. Thank you. I need to name pumpkin. Half-rotten, it's Daddy coming up. Let me at him. Yes, Bean. We have a whole mod squad now. Whee! Thank you for the snacky sun and the love for the mods and the hydrate. Oh my goodness.
Thanks, Daddy.
Halloween costume, I think I might be Hopper from Stranger Things so I can wear a fake mustache. Oh my god, terrible. I have an 11 costume. So if you're Hopper, I could be 11. I straight up have a full ass 11 costume. I used to cosplay her for cons. They have Carnival in the spring. Ooh, what's Carnival, Kat? Is that like a Spain holiday? Is it a Spain holiday? Like, that makes any sense. Cat visit. Interesting. I love a good ghost story. Does anyone have good ghost stories? She turned her gaze back to Mom and Ma. You really know how to make someone feel appreciated. Her spirits were high. You could tell she was just as happy to be here as everyone was to see her. She left the door open but ducked out to walk around the back of the car. She opened the trunk and lifted her luggage in. I'm gonna move your junk, Devin. I'll keep it in front of my bag so you can get it later. Mom's dropping you off first, right? Yes, but that's not junk. It's important. Liz slammed the trunk closed without responding. I had 3 different spirits in my car while I was driving. Oh my god, Kat! Please tell me what happened. I swear my last apartment was haunted because when I was alone in that house, it was like an old house, and when I was alone, things would just like creak and open, and I always felt like there was a presence in there. It wasn't like a bad presence or anything, but I swear it was haunted. My current apartment is not, but my old one. Liz swung around to open the door. You noticed that her hair had a few flyaways, no doubt from a long day of traveling. She leaned against the frame of the car, giving you and Cove a significant look. I am not sitting in the middle. That is such an older sibling thing to do. I already had 5 hours of that nightmare on the flight. There's no way I'm getting in between the two of you. I mean, really, who would ever want to be the person pulling Cove, Holden, and nerdy.berdie apart? Cove puffed up indignantly yet again at her classic tease of your relationship. Liz continued along like she didn't notice.
So?
I don't care how you decide who's scooting. I figured you can fight it out somehow. Cove glanced over at you and shrugged. He unbuckled his seatbelt and moved to the middle. What a gentleman! He's gonna take the middle seat for us. But we're little. I made it iconic that we're like a little human. So, I feel like we should take it. We can't even take it. Okay. Thanks, Cove. I guess I'll always have a bossy big sister. I'm sorry you always put in the middle, Cove. Some people just get there. Just get there. Good job. I was rude. You stay quiet. I'm just gonna say thank you. It always happened after my... Oh, shit, Cat. Damn. Do you think it was like them, like being like, I'm good, I'm moving on, that kind of thing? Or do you think it was like a final farewell? I wish my... I'm a little lady. I said that we're not a lady. I'm a little person, you know? I wish my house was haunted. It's just old. Why would you want a haunted house? Spirits? I ended up on Spirit TikTok. I don't know how that happened, but I've somehow have found myself on Spirit TikTok. And some of the spirits out there are not nice, and it's scary. If I remember correctly, turnips was originally used as a jack-o'-lantern, but since the discovery of pumpkins, turnips was replaced. Oh my god, I want a turnip jack-o'-lantern. Wait, that sounds amazing. I'm almost disappointed. It was so easy. I mean, when I said we weren't children anymore, it's just the middle seat. Liz shrugged, not losing any of her smugness. Keep telling yourself that, and I'll keep taking the window seat. With the window seat open, Liz squished herself into the car and shut the door. When everyone was settled, Ma began to pull out.
Let's go.
We're off! Liz crossed her legs, compacting herself slightly. She braced most of her weight on the door behind her instead of sitting up straight. It gave her a little more room. Hopefully, we finish the journey. This car is almost as old as we are.
No.
And it's still just as good as you are. The last restaurant I worked at was built into a really odd old house, and it was haunted. The ghost never messed with me, but would turn ovens on, off, throw paper towers around, show light orbs, and move stuff around. I'm going to guess because I'm an empath, but the ghost never touched anything that I used. Interesting, Darmo. I would not want to work. I would get freaked out. I wouldn't want to work there. Google Translate doesn't understand. True, Google Translate is atrocious, but it's better than, like, I don't know, forcing other people to do it. I'd rather translate so you don't get confused. Okay, well, thank you. I appreciate that. No pressure to do that, though. Like, if you have busy life stuff going on, like, no pressure to, like, translate, things. Like, has an authentic... Ew! And I'm like, do you want ghosts? Because that's how you get ghosts. That is exactly how you get ghosts. Why does he have that? Did he cleanse it? Like... Once when I was on a walk in the woods, I heard eerie violin music. Oh my god, Pyra. from Sora and Quincy might have been a jogger or something, might have been a fairy gathering ring. That's how you get kidnapped by fairies into the Feywild. Okay, Pyra. This is when my white girl really shows. I would have followed the music. I would have been like, who's playing creepy violin music in the forest? Especially if it was daytime. If it was nighttime, no way, I'd get the frick out of there. But I have been known to follow some creepy music before. I get curious, I want to know. Also, have you watched the movie Yes, I have, Electrifying. You know what? Everyone was like, this movie is so scary. I'm so horrified from it. I didn't get scared. I didn't think it was scary at all. If so, then that's one of the folklore. Ooh, is it? Is it one of the folklore? That's really cool. I thought about it. Pyra, you and me on the same wavelength. Walking into the forest here violent. If it was nighttime, though, I would definitely not follow. Berdie, I love you to death, but if you get taken by the Fae, I'm considering you completely gone. If the Fae take me, it's my own freaking fault for following the creepy violin music in the forest. That's on me. Like, don't follow the Fae. I used to build fairy houses. I think the Fae like me. I used to, at least the Fae in my area, I used to build them little homes all the time. Who else did that as a kid? Did anyone else make fairy houses in like Witch's Brew? That was my favorite thing to do. Hey, I love this old car. You had spent years there sitting in that very seat. It taken you so many different places. The car had gone good times, bad times, and so much in between. You really hope that it kept running. It'd be bizarre if the car was ever sold. Aw, Devin. How touching. Mom turned up the radio as Mom emerged on the highway. The station was familiar, the normal soundtrack for when she had driven you and Liz around town. Liz bounced in her seat, enjoying the classic tune. The song would be old enough to vote at this point if it was a person. That was hard to believe. With Liz, the conversation livened up despite it getting later and later in the night. She told you all about her week and all the travel preparations she made. By the time she made it to the actual tale of travel itself, Liz started chuckling. On the plane, Liz had sat next to a couple of girls who had talked a lot about how well they could read people. Why is this me? Liz recounted their conversation with her in hilarious details as they had apparently tried to guess her occupation after only shaking her hand. Neither of the girls could agree with one another, and Liz had refused to just tell them. However, the drive to your hotel was only so long. Eventually, your group arrived. Oh my god, we're gonna have hotel time with Cove. You yawned and got out of the car when it stopped. Cove clambered out after you. Liz gave a loud sigh of relief at all the extra space she found herself with. You and Cove grabbed the luggage and then waved off your family. After you said your goodbyes, after they left, you and Cove went to go find your room. You scanned the keycard to unlock your hotel room. It sounded out a soft beep and you turned the handle of the door. The door creaked open, then you craned your head in to take a look. The first thing you noticed was the large king-size bed in the middle of the room. Ah, Cove! I'm scared. Okay, wait, I missed. If the Fae all looked and acted like butterflies, sign me up. Oh my god, cat! Y'all, okay. So butterfly, for reference, is a Fae, like, god, demigod in our current D&D campaign. Cat's our DM. And he invited us to, like, a Fae ball, and it's gonna go so bad, but I'm so excited. I get to go to a ball with the Fae. It's gonna be fantastic. What the heck, that's so awesome. Most Latin American countries have the same folklore, but we have our own ones too. I love that. I think like most cultures have their own folklore, right? Like I want to learn everyone's folklore. I think folklore is so interesting. I didn't make Fae houses, but the Fae and I had an understanding where I grew up. I would wander through the woods. I would never get lost, but I would also never disturb anything. Oh, Darla, that's so sweet. He told me it was late at night and he heard a thud and slam in his kitchen, which was just up a short flight of stairs and no one was awake besides him. Oh my god, Chip. All of his stuff has to be haunted, right? Okay, I got to go now, I think. I'll be back later if I can. Alright, Pyra, have a great rest of your day. Have fun getting Halloween stuff. May said your streams are really fun. Oh, May! Thank you! They're really the best. Yeah, Dharma's also heckin' wholesome. Yeah, I love the family. I love you all. I also used to make I used to pretend I was a witch when I was a kid, and I used to make like pies out of mud and then melt them into little pots, and I used to make perfumes for the Fae and leave them little gifts. I know you're not supposed to leave gifts for the Fae, but I was a child, so I used to do that. It was never a problem. We also had like fairy circles in my yard when I was a kid that I would sit in the middle of and just like talk to people. I have to go, hon. I have to pack for the... Oh my god. Good luck, Kat. Hope it goes well. Thanks for stopping by. Safe travels. Let me know how everything is. I'm so excited for you. Have a great rest of your day. I had a fairy that used to write to me. You had a fairy that wrote to you? What was that like? Tell me all about it. Alright, cove in a hotel. I'm scared. It was a prim, modern-looking space. It seemed clean and smelled faintly like floral air freshener. A smile played on Cove's face as he watched you take in the space. The bed's nice, huh? Which one of us is gonna use it? What? Are you kidding me? You burst out laughing. You glared at her. Are you serious? Here we go again. Me? You can fend for yourself? I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna laugh at this boy. He's ridiculous. It was cute. It was definitely one of the staff that used to work for my parents, but it was very cute. That's so wholesome. They brought you little love with their fairy notes. I love that. Also, Santa wrote to me, my mom. Santa wrote to me in my sister's handwriting, and I did not figure it out. That was a joke. Can we please share the bed? Yes, come. We can share the bed. Thanks. I got a good hotel, didn't I? You picked out a nice one. It's passable. Thanks for handling this. I'd say it's nice. You go for this one. It looks like your room at Kara's place. Yeah, you did a good one. You did good. Cove smiled like a big pleased puppy. He's our golden retriever boyfriend. You and Cove continued to chat as you settled in. You unpacked some of your stuff and checked out all the room's amenities. Cove pointed out the mini fridge and started puzzling over what food could be ordered to the room. However, the fact was you both were exhausted. It didn't take too many yawns before you both changed into your pajamas and called it a day. You had to hunt along the wall to locate the light switch. When you finally found it, you flicked it off with a sense of triumph. Why am I nervous? Why am I nervous with this wholesome game? Something's gonna happen in this hotel room. Oh my god. You turn your head over to Cove, who stood behind you in his pajamas. He was cozy and comfortable, but the pieces didn't match. He never minded that. We should get some sleep. Cove smiled, a soft expression that was adorable. Alright. Let's go to sleep. I have an eyelash in my eye. Ow. Something might happen in that hotel room. Lovebirds in a hotel room. Have you bought your anklet yet? Have I bought my anklet? You, what do you mean? How you doing? How's it going? Happy Sunday. I know, 2 lovebirds in a hotel room, but we live together, so this isn't anything special, right? Thank you for the lurk, son. Okay, let's go to sleep. Despite saying that it was bedtime, Cove took a step forward towards you. He wrapped his arms around your back and you leaned into his embrace. Then he lifted you off your feet. Oh god. Cove loves the anklets. Oh no, does he really? Wait, how do you know that? I'm so confused. I love you all so much. I'm so happy we are family. I love you too, Darmo. Spoilers, at the wedding, it's going to turn into a zombie survival game. Terrible. Stop it right now. What are you even talking about? We're not getting married. We're not even engaged. My other friend who lives alone, who I don't hang out with anymore other than when I have to get my Melchelite protection necklace, his apartment has something really bad in it, and I've woken up with... Oh my god, that's horrifying, Chip. Why does he still live there? Oh my god, that is real scary. That's actual scary. That's not fun spirit. That's scary spirit. What? Still not putting you down, Cove promptly dropped himself backwards. I'm real on top of him right now. That's really funny. The both of you crashed onto the tight tucked sheets of the hotel bed. He laughed the entire time. Cove bounced on the landing and absorbed most of the impact. You laid on his chest, feeling a little jostled. Cuddle hours, cuddle hours! You're an absolute madman, you teased. You couldn't have warned me. That was scary. Let's do it again. You swatted his shoulder flat. You giggled. I'm gonna call him a madman. You're an absolute madman. You shook your head jokingly. His laughter turned into a snort. This is the part 4 stuff, right? Yeah, we're on part 4. So we just picked up Liz from the airport, and now we are in the hotel room. You shook your head jokingly. His laughter turned into a snort. He smiled up at the ceiling, a thought clearly crystallizing. My dad used to do that kind of thing to me when I was little, sort of. Nostalgia was clear in his voice. It was a fond memory, and you felt something warm in your chest. I remember you talking about it when you stayed over at my house as a kid. He'd lift you up really high and bring you back down. Yeah, I have a cool dad. I love Cove! You made a small noise of understanding, and that turned into a yawn. When Cove yawned in return, you pulled up the sheets until you were actually under the blankets. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Sweet dreams. Hey, so do you know why pigeons are called pigeons when they're actually doves? Wait, I have to say this. because I'm a bird. I was gonna say sweet dreams, but now I have to say this. Cove blinked at your random tangent. You yawned and continued talking, your sleepy brain happy to info dump. Neurodivergence in bed together. Pigeons actually used to refer to a young cheeping bird, not a species like it does now. Cove nodded along as you continued, seeming interested despite the random topic. By the time you finished, he was watching you intently. Okay, wait, what do we do? Okay, then you ruffled his hair, then you pinched his cheek, then you shot him a sleepy grin, then you kissed his lips, then you kissed his nose. Oh my god, kiss his nose! That's so cute. Coming in hot with the bird facts. We have to come in back with the pigeon cult bird facts. You rolled and propped yourself up on your elbows so you could give Cove a quick peck on the nose. Ruffle, too late, I kissed his nose. He beamed at you, obviously enjoying his goodnight kiss. Cove wrapped his arms around you and snuggled next to you. He let out a contented breath. You reached out to hold Cove under one arm and then used your other hand to comb through his hair. Oh my god, the cuddling! Well, you're touch-starved, though. The two of you relaxed into one another, and you knew neither of you would want to be anywhere else. I can't believe we're really here. You and Liz and everyone else are gonna be here in Sunset Bird again. I was staring at all the scenery going by while we were driving here, and it honestly felt like we never left. He ran a hand down his face. I mean, in some ways, it feels like it's been ages and everything's different. Some of that is differently because I'm staying at a hotel instead of being in my room at my dad's, but yeah. It's exciting. I like this. Cove nodded. He understood completely. I'm looking... A yawn forced an interruption into the statement. Cove was undeterred. I'm looking forward to this. He tucked his head into your neck. You felt his lashes flutter close against your skin. Same here.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, Devin. Ah! Why is he so cute? His words were a whisper you barely heard. It might not even have been that exactly. You might have just been guessing. Cove always had a habit of mumbling. It was okay either way, whether you heard it or only thought you heard. The sentiment was true regardless. Cove would see you tomorrow when he opened his eyes and the sunlight returned to your hometown of Sunset Bird. You comfortably drifted off to sleep and eagerly awaited seeing Cove tomorrow as well. This game, my heart, I can't. Touch the booty, touch the booty. There was no booty to touch, terrible. Because he doesn't believe in spirits, even though he has been plenty of proof. Also, he told me he went to an abandoned hospital multiple times with the Ouija board and said he saw, and I quote, a little girl in white and black eyes, and I'm an empath, and that shit's scary. Like, demons often disguise themselves as little girls. At least that's what I've heard, and that's horrifying to me, Chip. Also, why would you use a Ouija board in a abandoned hospital? If it's a hospital, you know there's gonna be spirits there. Oh my god, your friend has balls of steel. Did he at least like burn the Ouija boards? Like, my god. This is great. I love seeing people play a beautiful novel with completely different choices. There's so much content I've never seen. Like bird facts, really new? I love that. I love watching people play these kind of choice games too, because you get to see all the different things happen. Part of me doesn't even want my protection stone back in case it's corrupted somehow. Oh my god, Chip. Seriously. I don't know how he would get corrupted, but like if it's worked, and yeah, I don't know. Okay, wait, so Mew, have you played? You've played. So like what choices have you made? Please tell me. Please tell me what you've decided without spoilers. Your eyes gently opened to see a dim, unfamiliar ceiling, you recalled where you were a hotel room. Yawning, your muscles felt relaxed and warm enough that sleep threatened to pull you under again. Morning. Cole's voice brought you back to unconsciousness. The heat made sense now. You knew the comfortable weight against you was your boyfriend. His arm was draped around you and his fingers were lightly drawing shapes on your pajamas. You twisted over to face him fully. Morning. Did you sleep well? I did. The expression on his face softened with content sigh. You felt his index finger lightly trace out the shape of a heart. There's nothing but good dreams when you're around. Oh my god! You squeezed him adoringly in your arms. You snuggled against his chest. You played with his hair drowsily. I don't know. I'm gonna snuggle. We're gonna snuggle. We snuggling. Part of me doesn't even. Oh yeah, I read that. Don't burn the Ouija board. The space could be. Oh, I didn't know that. Terrible. I thought you were supposed to burn it. Yes, we've been in a relationship for like ever. I decided to stay in town to school to stay with Cove. We're engaged and anklets. He gets fleshy around them, and he has like high assertive when it comes to. Oh, seriously, Mew? I don't know. We haven't had an option for anklets, so I don't know. So we decided we're doing a slow burn. So we started dating Cove when we were like 18, that 18 time period. So we were dating him, but then we didn't get engaged. We just live with him, but we don't live in Sunset Bird. I don't remember where we live, but we don't live in town. But we also didn't go to school. We started a small business. I know he didn't because he doesn't think it's real. He even asked me to go with him once. Pardon my French, but oh my god, Chip, good for you though. That's scary. People who don't believe that stuff is real and then make fun of other people who do, like, drive me insane. I'm like, let people have their freaking beliefs, and also, like, pushing into him, you squished your face into his chest. The air knocked from Cove's lungs came out in a single light chuckle. Cove closed his eyes, his hand found the middle of your back again, and he held it there, enjoying the closeness of the moment. Neither of you were making any moves to get up and actually start the day. It was sweet and comfortable to be wrapped in Cove. You could indulge just a little while longer. To be wrapped up in Cove, not wrapped in Cove. Oh, lordy. Eventually enough time flew by that there really weren't any minutes to spare. There were too many people waiting, so you both crawled out of the sheets together. Setting up, have fun playing Stellaris, Darbo. I see you. There's also the 18 plus Patreon chapter that is not slow burn. I have heard about that one, Mew. I have not heard of the Patreon, but I was tempted to see what happens in the 18 plus and get it. Not for stream or anything, but for my own personal interest. But my friend told me that she's part of the Patreon, and this was when they were still like sending out like updates about it, and she got an email while she was at work from the Patreon, opened it, and it was like a pic and at work, and she was like, excuse me. We keep it wholesome here. It's all wholesome here. Standing up, Cove took a few seconds to stretch. She glanced over at you with an animated expression. I'm really looking forward to your mom's anniversary dinner tonight. It's gonna be fun. There's also Mew! Oh no, Mew! Oh no! I hate it! I hate it! My eyes are burning! Oh my god, no thank you! I think so too.
I mean,
this whole trip is great actually. Being here with everybody is like having another chance at being a kid. We can do all the stuff we used to, and all the things we never did but wanted to. I did not want to think about being little again. Yeah, the world is our oyster, Cove. Jumping up on the bed, you stood in a power stance in the center. We run the course of our lives. We're in control of our destinies. Exactly. Well, we better get back to it, huh? We've got a pretty full schedule ahead of us for your mom's big day. You smirked. So much for being a kid. So many responsibilities. I don't think seeing our friends really counts as responsibilities, Devin. Fine, you got me there. After that, you and Cove moved around each other, busily getting dressed and ready for the day. Light laughter and chatter filled the air the entire time. Bags were packed and phones were sought after. You suddenly tossed Cove his phone when he hadn't been able to find it. You handed Cove his phone when he hadn't been able to find it. You slapped Cove's butt as he stepped past you. You somehow lost a single sock, but Cove found it behind the headboard. I've lost a single sock. That sounds like something I'd actually do. You shook your head at Cove when he ran a hand through his hair instead of brushing it. I like all these very domestic things we get to pick from. What do we want to do? What do we want to do? I'm sure he doesn't die. Oh my god, stop, Bugs. I don't want to think about it. Slap, I'm not slapping. Jumping on the bed and making a random speech has huge Fran energy. It does terrible. It certainly does. Slap the booty? That's not consensual, though. I don't want to slap his booty. Let's do, he found my sock, okay? He found my sock. We're keeping it wholesome. How did it end up there? You tell me. You were the one wearing it yesterday. Chuckling, Cove waved the balled up sock in your face. You snatched it out of his hand and stared at it incredulously. I don't have any idea how it got there. I guess it's just another mystery for the ages. Yep. There was nothing else stopping either of you now. In minutes, you were hopping into your ride and heading back to the neighborhood. It was another beautiful summer day in Sunset Bird. You couldn't resist rolling down the window down so you could absorb it all during the drive. Cove sat across the sea from you, near the opposite window. His gaze was locked outside, catching all the old landmarks the vehicle was passing. Your spirits rose even higher the moment you made it home once more. I will get the stone with its enclosure back, but I'll ask my friend who is more sensitive to that sort of thing than I am to feel off. I'm gonna get a new one. That's a good idea, Chip. I think that's probably the best way to handle it. Do it, Cove. I think it's romantic and cute. Fine, I will go back and I will slap his freaking butt for you so you can see what happens. Cove let out a small yelp. He met his eyes with an impish grin and he shook his head. I don't know if he liked it. Oh, he just told us to be careful. Ah! Through his shyness, he put himself inches from you. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm pretty delicate, you know. Okay, Daddy Cove. Okay. You raised your hand in playful surrender. His mouth bent into a pleased smile. Well, okay then. There, you happy, terrible? That was for you. Alright, so we're driving to Sunset Bird, Spears Rose. Okay. We're home. Have a nice burb! Eager, you hopped out of the car and let yourself inside. Your moms knew you were going to be there that morning. But the second you made it past the threshold, an excited scream nearly scared you out of your shoes. Hi! Lee! Oh my god, Lee looks so cute! Devin, you're here! And guess what? I'm here too! While your heart rate settled, a broad grin quickly took on your whole face. Since your cousin moved out on her own, you didn't notice that she really found her own groove. I think the moms are so cute. I love their character design. Same you. I literally love all of the characters. They all look adorable. Yeah, you can watch them bond. She was still the same loving person she had always been on the inside, but she expressed herself in new ways. Lee was strong, kind, and smart. Over the past few years, she graduated college with a degree in history. This girl looks gay. Is she gay? I hope she's gay. The last you heard, she was pursuing her dreams, working towards getting into the music industry. You look great. Can I get an award next time you're in a okay, it's nice to see you, Lee. You look great, Lee. Thanks. She beamed, putting her hands on her hips. Lee gave you a once-over. Thank you for the snack and the, hydrate. I'm not the only one. Ow! Oh, Bill Cruiser. Shaking your head, you laughed at the appraisal. These gaze narrows with scrutiny. What snacks do I have? Same snacks. I'm trying to get through the box. Happy snack dance. Yeah. Shaking your head, you laugh. Blah, 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 blah. Don't be modest. I mean it. You look happy. Lee leaned to the side and glanced past you and met Cove's eyes. The grin on her face widened while she waved. Hi, Cove. Hi, nice to see you, Lee. I got in practically at dawn. It was a whole thing, but at least I made it here alive. Lee exhaled and slapped her shoulders to emphasize how exhausting their old year was. Behind her, Liz made her way over. She crossed her arms at the scene. Why does everyone have a glow up? Literally everyone had a glow up. I wish real life worked like this. Like, I wish I aged and had a glow up. Like, damn. I'm here too, in case you were wondering. I wasn't, but thanks anyways. Is that mean? I kind of want to say that. I'm always wondering if you're there somewhere. Lee giggled and Liz's eyes narrowed at your remark. She seemed to stand up straighter and the demure smile on her face didn't move. It wouldn't kill you to say hello, you know. You neither, but I'm glad to see you too.
Thanks.
Thanks. The feeling's usual. Jackie! What is the glow up I'm seeing? I'm in line at Starbucks and I can't even. It's so good, right, Jackie? Also, what are you getting at Starbucks? I hope it's yummy. Then I get some Yogi and me back. Have a nice yogi break. Well, you do shine brightly, birdie. Okay, thank you. I definitely had a girl glow. I should show you all ugly middle school pictures of me. Who wants to see me with a middle part? Let me tell you. It was ugly. Hold on, I feel like this is a very important break that we take so I can show you all how horrible I looked in middle school. Because I definitely had like a minor glow up, right? I feel like everyone has like a minor glow up. But, oh my god. Although I kind of look the same, I don't know. I had a middle part though. It wasn't a good look. I also didn't start wearing makeup until I grew up, which by no means like do you need makeup to look pretty, but like it definitely helped. Some of my confidence. Although, I don't know. Is this the quintessential photo of me? That's like my entire family though. Hold on. Let me find one where, I also used to wear did anyone else ever wear like, powder foundation that was too light for your skin tone? Because that was also my go-to when I was a child. Okay, wait, I got it. I got this. The dark bags under my eyes. The dark bags under my freaking eyes. I mean, I kind of look the same, but hold on. You can't even see. I'll post them in the Discord later. And you can all have fun laughing at me before puberty. I love the nitro cold brew from Starbucks. Oh my god, you drink nitro cold brew? Nitro cold brew is a thing. Middle parts are in right now. True, Mew. And they look good on some people. They don't look good on me. And my curly hair looks real bad with middle parts. That's supposed superior to fem bugs. Both bugs look great. But one is more comfortable in their skin than the other, and that's what matters. And Birdie, you look adorable. Thanks, kid. Hi, Miss Melody Champagne. How you doing today? Welcome in. I also was a big, like, I don't know if anyone else had this phase in middle school, but I was an emo kid. And I used to mix punk styles from a Hot Topic. And it was a look. It was a look. Thanks. Oh wait, thanks. The feeling's mutual. Another friendly shout rang out in the living room. It was as cheery as it ever was from the many times you heard it over the years. Good morning, family. It was never a phase, Mom, and true, Mew. It was never a phase. I still listen to emo music. I don't know if that's a neurodivergent thing or what, but I still listen to like the same songs I listened to from like 5th grade. They just make me happy. I don't know. I'm doing great, Melanie. Thanks for asking. It is a cozy Sunday with my favorite people and one of my favorite games. So I'm in a great mood. Just the same playlist. Yeah, I have like mixed up. I occasionally new songs get added in when people introduce me to new songs, but very rarely do I go out seeking new songs. It's weird. Your parents both came in from the side hall together. Morning.
Well,
now that everyone is here, I do have a little something to mention. Mom put her hand lovingly over her wife's. Mom leaned her head into Ma's with matching affection. We're all still having dinner together, but Pam here actually made plans to take me out to brunch to celebrate our anniversary. Just the two of us. Please, she hooked her an arm around Ma's waist. Sorry to push you out, but I'm sure this group of mature grown-ups will be able to entertain themselves for an afternoon. We don't need to find a babysitter or anything. Totally. Yeah, have fun, moms. Don't worry about it. We can survive that easy. Enjoy your brunch.
Hey, Adora.
This works out. Thank you for the host, Melanie. This works out, actually. An afternoon open means there's time to meet up with Terry and Brandy. Hopefully they're free today. Your two school friends still lived around the area. They knew you were coming. Yay, we get to see Terry! For your mom's party, but when or how you might arrange to see each other, it wasn't set in stone.
Sounds good.
Definitely. We could call them.
All right.
I have some people I'd like to say hi to as well. Liz had her cell phone in hand, ready to get plans, and before she was even done speaking, arching an eyebrow, she then directed the next part at Lee. Would you want to come along? You've missed out on a lot of cousin bonding time in the past.
Yeah.
I'd love to. I would be honored to hang out with you, Liz. No fair. Lee's meant to go with me. I didn't hear you ask her. Deflating, your sister was right. She beat you to that. It was okay, though. You knew that they'd have a fun day, and they deserve some time together. Bring her back in one piece. We have plans tonight. I will. Excellent. It's settled. She squeezed her wife's hand. Her gaze took in the whole room, ecstatic to have the house full again. Today is going to be perfect.
Yes.
I think so, too. I truly couldn't be happier with my wife, my children, and our whole beautiful family. It's already a wonderful anniversary. I can walk like a normal human again, just a little bit of a swelling still. Terrible, that's fantastic. Not the swelling part, but being able to walk again. I'm so excited for you. Lady with pink hair is very pretty. Lee, I know, Faye. Lee is so pretty. Lee had a glow up. Well, maybe the normal human isn't the right term. That's, yeah, well. But I can walk without a limp. I knew what you meant, though. You meant normal for yourself. But I'm glad. Good catch. I appreciate that. Their awes and sweet comments from the group gathered around the couple of hour. Seeing how your moms were, you couldn't help but hope that when you got to be their age, you could be as proud of your life as them. But Ma's attention then fell on you, and the look on her face twisted mischievously. A shiver shot down your spine. No, what, Mom? This is a very good time of year for marriage, don't you think? Mom! With Nicker's all eyes eagerly slid over to you and Coach, shocked at her implication, his cheeks turned red. Mom just said that we need to get married. There's no missing the meaning in Ma's words. She was clear as a bell, and she knew it. Oh my god. Your mind leapt to the plan you'd been creating. You had been making moves in that direction. Do we make moves, or do we hope Cove makes move? You wonder if Code agreed with Ma's words. You've been hopefully waiting for him to ask. Your mind leapt to those words. It wasn't something you'd plan on, but maybe she was right. You realized recently you were happy with the relationship you had. You didn't want anything else now. What did we say? Oh no, what did we do? I think when we decided last time, our plan was to try to get Cove to ask us, because we had the option to get engaged with him and we didn't. So I think our plan was to maybe have him ask us, but should we ask him? What should we do? Oh my gosh, what do we do? I don't know. We could also just say our moms were right. I'm gonna see if we can get Cove to do it. I wanna see if we can get Cove to do it. Maybe. But you stared straight ahead, trying to conceal the mirror thoughts spinning in your head. The last thing you wanted was to pressure him into acting before he was ready. You caught Cove shyly rubbing at the slight scar that was still visible on his arm. Cove is gonna respond. His stuttering never quite reached full sentences. It instead turned into silence. Cove's brain was shutting down. Sympathy for him. You don't have to say anything. It's just a little thing to ponder. Our moms are like, fucking get married. Oh my god. At that, Cove's mouth snapped shut. With a stiff nod, he quickly glanced at you. If it was only the two of you here, you got the impression he would have had something to say. For now, a meaningful look was all there was. Right then, let's get back to what we were doing. After that, you enthusiastically began setting up plans to meet with your friends. They were both able to come see you, having kept their schedule free for this, and you couldn't wait. Cove was also speedily sending text messages. Since you conveyed the plans to Terry and Randy, you imagined he was letting his parents know about what he was going to be up to. The group continued to chat and catch up until it was time for your mom's brunch and your big meetup with your friends. Soon enough, everyone's out the door, looking forward to their fun-filled afternoons and the dinner later that night. Once you were outside on the neighborhood street, you looked to Cove. He stood at your side with a bent smile. Terry and Randy were driving into town while you and Cove were traveling on foot to meet them at an easier-to-reach spot. Man, we really are kids in Sunset Bird again, having to rely on other people who actually have cars to really get anywhere. Now we're stuck walking to whatever is nearby. We never drive anyways. I'm just gonna laugh. Like the good old days. Cove took in the sunny sky stretching out above the two of you. He shoved his hands into his pocket. Yeah, and at least it's always been a nice walk. And there's always been places to walk to. We could have grown up somewhere with even less around. Cove cracked a grin at that. It wasn't so bad having to rely on your own 2 feet again. Let's go. You bounced forward several steps and shot Cove a playful look over your shoulder. With that, the two of you began your trip down the old road. It was a casual stroll into town, and before you knew it, you were at one of the large parking lots in Sunset Bird. It was the one that used to have the little crepe stall. Remembering the delicious smell, you got lost in thought. The store did well enough that it moved into a full-size building a couple of years ago. Now you'd seen pictures. It was very cute. The parking lot was now just, well, an empty lot that cars could theoretically park in. Not many took the offer. Cole pulled out his phone, texting Terry and Randy in a group chat to let them know you made it. Someone must have answered already because Cove gave you a status update while he was staring at the screen. Randy texted, "I can see you." Oh, really? The blare of a car horn cut you off. You and Cove both turned towards the source of the noise. One of the windows rolled down. Thank you for the hydrate and the snacky and the posture check. Oh, how did you know I was sitting weird? Rude. Okay, wait. Okay, posture. Okay. Hydrate. Does coffee count for a hydrate? I want to drink coffee. I couldn't afford to stretch. I'll stretch for free. Stretching is good. Everyone stretch with me. Okay. Blare the car horn. Get water, please. I can't have coffee. I drink water, but I want coffee. Tell me this lost mug isn't a mug that Cove would have. I feel like Cove would very much have this mug. Coffee dehydrates, but it's yummy. I have water too. Okay. One of the windows rolled down.
Hey, buddies.
Hey, buddies. Terry! Your friends had arrived, making a spectacle of it as expected. Being the only car meant that they got to the pickup lot. Wait, what? Brain just crapped. Being the only car meant that they got the pick of the lot, so they pulled up and stopped in front of you. Wow. The window closed back up, and instead of the 2 front doors popped open, Terry Miranda stepped out onto the pavement. Miranda, it's so cute! Hi, Devin. Wait, what was Miranda's voice? Hey. Hi, Cove. Hi, Devin. With a cheery wave, Miranda skipped towards you. Terry, on the other hand, walked speedily over to Cove, squeezing him into a hug. A quiet laugh escaped Cove, along with the majority of the air in his lungs. He didn't fight the constriction, but instead gave Terry's back a pat, with a large grin spreading across his face. Shadow! Hello, friend! How are you doing? Oh my god, Terry looks so good! Look at him! Look at him! Terry! How are you, Shadow? Happy Sunday! Shadow, I've been playing Mass Effect. Y'all, that actually, I'm gonna update you. I think I'm gonna do Mass Effect off stream because it's one of those games I really want to do side quest heavy on. I am a side quest whore, and I feel bad side questing on stream. So I'm gonna play, I think, Mass Effect off stream. But anyways, I've been playing it, and I love it, Shadow. I'm literally obsessed right now. It's so good. Coffee has water in it? Yeah, coffee has water in it, so it's not that dehydrating. Yeah, but okay, Buggy, you can't go after my bean juice when you have tea, which is equally as dehydrating, okay? It's equally as dehydrating. Join the cult, the Mass Effect cult. It reminds me a lot of Dragon Age right now, and you know how much I love Dragon Age, so I'm very excited for it. Thank you for the gold bugs. You need to DM me about the things. Yes, I will. I just got to the part. I haven't gone far because I felt bad doing it off stream without talking to people about it. But, which is my own issues. But, I got to the part where we became a specter and they realized that dude was evil. And that's as far as I've gotten. But I'm obsessed with Tali. Is that her name? I love Tali. I wish I could romance her. But I drink lots of juice now. Juice is also dehydrating, bugs. Juice is full of sugar and sugar is dehydrating. So, ha! Ha ha! Oh my god, I'm loving this. Yay! The tea is hot leaf juice. Yeah, hot leaf juice, hot bean juice. Both dehydrating because hot water. Well, do you want a hint? Yes, Shadow, give me hints. Not your kind of juice. Wait, so your juice doesn't have sugar in it, Bugs? I'm so confused. Anyways, look at our man. Terry looks amazing. When he let go of Cove Go, Terry came right up to you. He held his fist up for you to bump it. Can I hug you, Terry? Oh my god, I want to make it a turkey. Turkey high five. Your shoulders gradually began to shake harder while your lips twisted teasingly. Confused, Terry's eyebrows pinched together like he was trying to solve a puzzle. Gobble, gobble. You wiggled your fingers, thinking of them as long, colorful tail figures. Terry snorted the moment the image clicked in his brain. Gobble, gobble. Wait, so are Terry and Miranda dating? That's so cute. Look at them. I love this for all of them. You can romance her in 2 as a male chef. She's an adorable romance. But I have to be a man, Shadow. I don't want to be a guy. I want to be... Whoa. Why can't she be a romantic option for ladies? This is your fault, Shadow. You clearly developed the game. Gobble gobble in a goofy voice. You want me to try gobble gobble in a goofy voice? Wake me up. Gobble gobble. No, I hate it. What did you think of the reels of the new dames and the strong Betty Wolf the waves? Wait, okay. New dames? The new dames? Is there new dames? I'm confused. What do you mean new dames, Terrible? Did I miss something? Strong Betty Wolf of the Waves is amazing. I'm very excited for her polyamorous lifestyle. I love it so much. Then if you want to be gay, go Lyara. Who's Lyara? Oh. Girl, if there's a very second person would be a bit non-binary and pan. Who? Go off. Who? You'll know when you meet them. Okay, interesting. New episode came out last week. I thought I listened to it, Terrible. I went to the gym this week, and I always listen to Dames at the gym because it's my only motivation. So I thought I had listened to it, but maybe I didn't. I'm literally looking for the show right now. Let me see. It's 5, right? Yeah, I listened to it. I must have missed something. They're in the second game, and I'm not saying shit. Oh, but I have to finish the first game. It's gonna take me forever to finish the first game, Shadow. Damn! I feel so nice to have your friend group reunited as adults. Terry was currently a full-time lifeguard down at the busier beach a town over. You're proud of him. He helped a lot of people in his line of work. And in recent years, you and Terry were able to form an even closer bond. It was reassuring to have a friend who knew what it was like to go through changing parts of your identity. Wait, that's so sweet! I love this game. That is so fucking sweet. Because we're non-binary, and Terry's transgender, and we supported each other through transitional things. Oh my god, I fucking love that. Wait, this game and its LGBTQIA representation, y'all. It does it so good. It does it so good. And every time I'm like, this is amazing. Oh, you want me to DM you them? Yeah, I do. I wanna know. I'm also gonna forget Shadow. Like, my brain doesn't remember stuff, so like it will be a surprise anyways once I hit 2. Strongberry's married to the... Yes, I knew that, Terrible. Yeah, I love that. I think that was an interesting plot twist. Also, I'm here for the gay. I love it. This game is so good with how it handles representation. I'm literally obsessed with it. You could go to him for understanding, and you knew that Terry felt the same about you. Miranda took Cove's hand and one of yours in her other. Her eyes alight, she gave you both a gentle squeeze.
So great.
I'm so happy to see you again. Hey Terry, hi Miranda. He answered assuredly. It is clear that he was equally glad to see them. This reunion was long awaited. For a while, Miranda had been working hard as an assistant at a school while continuing her own education. She also kept busy running a small online shop selling crafted knickknacks she made. I missed you! Miranda's expression softened. She gave your hand another squeeze. I missed you too, a ton. Miranda released her hands, giggling. She eyed you both carefully. So, how have you been?
It's nice.
Things have been nice. I've been doing well.
Cool.
I'm really glad. Miranda put her hands behind her back, sweetly leaning forward just a smidge. And what did you think of the intro? Told you Noelle dies in the FBI showed up. You are not wrong about the fact that Noelle died and the FBI showed up, except it wasn't really the FBI, now was it? It was hilarious. I felt like I was on a fever dream, but it was really funny. Y'all, if you don't listen to Dames and Dragons, I'm gonna say it again, my favorite actual play D&D podcast. Just throwing it out there. It's so good. I love it so much. Is she gonna tease us about getting married? Of course, everybody already know you'd be a success. What about you? I'm super. The ghost FBI. Okay, I DM'd you. Wait, okay, I wanna look. Not me, just always checking DMs. Okay, this makes sense. I had seen her. So this is the... I feel like iconically they have to be non-binary and pan, right? That character just looks like it. They really do. I totally see that, Shadow. 110%. I feel like they should have been. That makes the most sense to me. Not that I've played the game yet, but just by looks alone. Sighing dreamily, Randy chuckled up at her boyfriend. Yeah, things have been unbelievable. He pressed his cheek against Miranda's as she let out a light squeak. The light sigh put an amused grin on your face. Oh my god, they're so cute! Your friends made a wonderful couple. They knew each other well and cared about each other so much. Wait, okay, does that mean... What? I just love it so much. Randy, I think, goes by he, him in this chapter, at least for me. Yeah, wait, Randy does? Terry did. Miranda does too? Wait, I'm confused. Thank you for that follow. Yes, Terry. Okay, yeah, because Terry's transgender. Yeah. Oh no, you're fine. I was like, wait, am I wrong? I could be wrong. That happens. Right. It was no shock at all when you heard the news that they'd started dating. The corner of your mouth curled up playfully, while you took in the warm welcomes all around. At times, it was still kind of funny how your group of your 4 friends evolved into 2 couples. Oh my god, we could go on double dates together, though. That's fun. Not that you were complaining about it. You thought it was an amazing thing. Cove then pulled his phone out and peeked at the screen. He repeated the motion every so often. Cove, what are you planning? You raised a curious eyebrow at his unusual behavior. Cove was too focused on whatever he was doing to even notice you noticing him, which was even stranger.
So...
Is there anything either of you want to do while we're here? Any place you'd want to see? I'd be up for a lot of things, but actually there's something that I want to do right here. Oh, yeah? What's that? Terry poked at Cove's arm playfully. Miranda met your eyes, silently asking if you had any idea what Cove was talking about. You shrugged. I just want to see my friends. Huh. Cove, you're being sketchy. Cove, you're already doing that.
Well...
True, but I could be doing it even more. You, Terry, and Miranda all turned to Cove with identical, incredulous expressions. His stare moved to a point past you 3, and you heard the scrape of sand and gravel underfoot. What the frick is happening? Someone else stepped into the parking lot. Startled, you jumped at the call of the warm voice shouting over.
Sup, guys, gals, and pals?
Derek! Hunky! Oh my god. I can't. That's so funny. We haven't seen Derek since we were 8. Oh my goodness. I also love the greetings up, guys, gals, and pals. It's literally so cute. He got hunky as hell. Look at, oh my god, okay, wait, do you see those sideburns, or is that just cheek muscles? Look at those cheek muscles. Who is this man? Derek, you also had a glow up. Hello, sir. Hi, Daddy Derek. Running a hand through his hair, the person who crossed the lot was unmistakably Derek Suarez. He was beaming the whole way. I don't even know how to do a voice for him. I can't do low voices. Hi, Devin. It's been a while, huh? Someone drank the rest of my iced coffee. Ooh, who's about to get stabbed? Terrible. There's no way that's Derek. He's too big. Yeah, because Derek was always shorter, right? Excitedly, you grabbed onto his arm. What do we do? I don't even know. Oh, wait, it was me. Guess you're gonna have to go treat yourself to some more. Terrible. I want to do that. Oh my god. You could still see pieces of the kid you used to run around Sunset Bird with, but he'd grown and changed so much over the years. Nodding, Derek crossed his arms with a pleased look. His green eyes warmed the longer he studied you.
I missed you.
Who is this voice actor? His voice was sincere and it made your chest tighten bittersweetly. You couldn't help but wonder how things might have gone if you had lived closer together. Whoa, you're ripped, whoever you are. Beaming, Derek scuffled a few pebbles under his feet. You shook your bed. Terry's same though. Head amused. He was still the same boy you remembered. Hell yeah, thank you for noticing. Yeah, I'm ripped. Thank you. Hi, I'm Miranda Eckhart, and that's my boyfriend Terry Brooke. Hey there. It's good to meet you both. I'm Derek Suarez. I love this so much. He held his arm out for a handshake and Terry grabbed him first. He flappily took Derek's hand in a jokey way, making him grin. Mara went after and instead politely shook his hand. Derek's expression softened immediately. You had a good feeling that everyone would get along really well. Derek is a himbo. He is. Derek is truly the most himbo. I did not see him growing up and becoming a beefcake though. Like, what? Cove put himself next to Derek. Happy, he clapped a hand on his friend's shoulder. Hi, thanks for coming. Oh my god, look at all of our friends in one picture together. I love it. Except for Cove. I guess Cove doesn't really count as a friend. Of course, thanks for inviting me. Sheepishly, Cove looked back at you and the others. That's when it clicked in your mind. It wasn't his parents that he was texting earlier. It was Derek the entire time. Derek's in town for a few months to help my dad and his dad with some work. Yup, I'm working on my own business thing too, but I'm still involved with running and scuba shop when it's called for.
Very nifty.
Nifty. Big Daddy Beefcakes? Big Daddy Beefcakes 2021. And our life. Having a Derek elbowed Cove.
So?
But hey, we don't have to stand around here for my sake. What's the plan? Let's hit the town. Eager to get going, everyone piled into Terry's car. The rest of the afternoon was spent visiting spots all over Sunset Bird, laughing and reminiscing the whole way. I smell like beef. Oh my god, that meme is so funny. What does the kid do? Wait, I want to reenact it. He's facing this way and he goes, I smell like beef. Did I do it right? Does Buggy like the beef? Once it started to get late, Terry brought you and Cove back to the neighborhood. You didn't have to walk there after all. You didn't get out until promises were made to see each other again before your trip ended. Side by side, you and Cove stood in the street and waved at the car as it drove away. Terry tapped the horn for 2 honks while Miranda stuck her hand out the window to wave back. You caught Derek in the back window, giving you both a wide grin. Sighing as soon as the car turned down another street, they were finally out of sight. Well, that was one party. Time for another. Ready to go see your moms?
I'm a sneaky little slippery little snake.
Because I'm a snake.
The darndest things. That sounded so American of you. What do you mean? You don't say darndest. They say the darndest things. Hi, I'm Birdie. I'm just your Southern belle from not the South, and kids just say the darndest things. It's us informal, U.S. informal. I'm so confused. Always, let's keep the celebration going. You shimmied a bit right there in the street for added emphasis. He looked at you amusedly and rolled his eyes. Come on, let's go. I googled what? And it's U.S. informal language, you stinky dingus. I didn't realize that darndest was an American thing. Serious high, you and Cove crossed the distance to your house. It was almost time for the anniversary dinner. You barely stepped over the threshold of the condo before Ma descended, eagerly welcoming you both. The usual greetings were followed by questions on everyone's well-being, after which the conversation moved on to excited chat about tonight's dinner. Cove excused himself to the restroom to freshen up before being on the move again. Go! That V-neck! But when he returned, you were shocked to see he had entirely changed outfits. Where did that come from? Excuse me? Our boyfriend is hot. Daddy Cove. I packed it with me so I could get dressed before the dinner without having to go back to the hotel. Didn't you? Or maybe you have stuff still here at your mom's place? Sorry, Magna was having a bit of a breakdown. Oh, Chip, I hope you're doing okay. Are you feeling better? I'm sorry about that. No, I didn't do that. But your mom's party, it's at the country club. And that's also where Liz took golf lessons, so everyone is there in their Sunday best. This isn't like those summer soirees where we're having a really real party. We're only going for a regular meal. Co was so befuddled by your explanation as you were with his actions. He threw his arms out, desperate for understanding.
Seriously?
How can you not dress nicely for a country club? I mean, he has a point. If I was him, I would also be dressing fancy. I don't think the surprise is also a surprise. You've decided it is. You saw Ma. She wasn't in formal clothes, and she's one of the guests of honor. You realize now that whenever you went to the country club on a normal day, it was family time with just you, Liz, and your moms. Each time Cove came, there had been more exciting things going on. You never would have thought of that before, but his perspective suddenly made a lot more sense. I mean, look at him. We are bitch. Honestly, Cove, we don't need to be calling you out on that, the fact you look fancy, because you look hot, and like that's what matters more. And his frown wobbled and his cheeks became far pinker. He looked down at his own self regrettably as he pulled at the cuff ends of his shirt. He seemed more like a scolded child than a grown man dressed for the latest charity gala. I thought she was gonna get changed while you and me were... Ma, no way. She needs a whole lot more time than that. Well, it's okay. You look very nice. You're such a cutie. Oh my god. Don't be mean to him. I'm gonna say, well, it's okay. You look very nice. That earned you a sheepish smile, though. He still clearly wished his look hadn't garnered any extra attention. Cove's eye stole a glance at the hall, as if he was calculating if he'd have time for another quick change. Unfortunately for him, it was not meant to be. The time to head out came far quicker than you'd expected. Oh, look! Your parents look fancy. Your dad's in a suit. You're fine, Cove. You match your dad. Cliff and Kira swung by the condo to make sure everything was in order. And for your second surprise that night, Cliff was also in formal clothes. Koa's face excitedly whipped towards yours. At the same time, Cliff went to Kira's. The two men pointed at one another. See? He knows. Oh my god, the two family. Exactly, sport. Kira was talking to me like I was crazy. The aforementioned Kira placed a hand delicately yet dramatically across her eyes. Clifford, our son only knows this because you were the one who raised him. Cliff chuckled his arm, moving to scratch the back of his neck. Yup, that's my boy. The ends of Clove's mouth gently bent up. He truly was his father's kid in more ways than even he realized. They may be the only ones in the group, potentially the only guests at the entire club, all guessied up. But at least they could now take solace in one another. That looked to be good enough for them. I feel like that shirt is like really like all those rippling pectorals. Like whatever that scene is from Hercules. What is it? Do you have another name, Wonder Boy? All of the Birdie family, as well as their honorary members Cliff, Kira, and Cove, headed out at the same time to the Cypress. It was to be a perfect reunion. An impeccably smart host greeted you on arrival, smoothly leading the way to the set of tables reserved for your group. Once you'd all settled in, chosen drinks were poured into delicate glasses. The food would be coming out later, letting you soak up the atmosphere for a little longer. Smiling, your parents faced the group of familiar faces, all gathered here together to share this special day with them. Mom reached over and took Ma's hand, clasping it between both of hers. Thanks for being here tonight, gang. Marrying this lady right here is the best thing I've ever done, and there's no one else I'd want to celebrate that with. Yes, we're so lucky. Not only do we have each other, but we've got such a large and loving family through all of you. Around you, you heard people saying, "Aww," and chuckling appreciatively at the comment. Lee had clasped her hands tightly in front of her, her eyes shining. Your eyes met Liz's misty ones, and the affection she had for her moms carried over to you two. Thanks for the stretch kit! Oh my god, look at them! They're so cute! Oh my god, yes! I love it. Oh. Big stretch. You returned your attention towards the happy couple just as they leaned in to kiss, smiling all the way. The table responded with cheers and clapping, shouts of happy anniversary and other congratulations, continuing even after they'd broken apart. Mom beamed as she watched Ma giggle dreamily. The waiters reappeared delivering delicious plates of food, and the dinner began in earnest. Both conversations and laughter continued to flow freely as the night went on, with the two families relishing the opportunity to be together once more. Eventually, after your hunger and thirst had been fully satisfied, the plates were cleared and the event began to draw to a close. Cliff and Kira exchanged goodbyes with your family before heading out together. Cove gave his goodbyes to his parents while hanging back until your moms were ready to head off. You were getting a lift back to it with your moms. It was already late, so you discussed the possibility of going straight to the hotel rather than going back to the condo. But Cove had asked if they'd mind taking him back to the neighborhood. He'd wanted to visit it a little longer. Your moms had happily agreed. Liz and Lee were feeling tired, so your mom swung by their hotels during the trip home, while you and Cove made the full journey with them. Riding the backseat of your mom's car with Cove felt more than a little nostalgic. As your eyes drifted over to him, his head resting on the windows, it was hard to believe how much time had passed. Mom stressed as she got out of the car, smiling over her shoulder as she headed towards the house. Time to put my feet up. You two joining us? Cove shook his head. No thanks, it's your anniversary. You don't have to entertain me. I'll take a walk. It's never any trouble to have you over, Cove.
You alright with that?
Let him do as he pleases, Lonnie. But you better not stay out too much later, or there'll be trouble. Ma chuckled as she waggled a finger, her expression exaggeratedly severe as she reprised a role that, in truth, she never really played. None of your parents had been particularly harsh as you'd grown up. Ma joined in the act. Don't go too wild just because there's no school tomorrow. Laughing, they made their way inside, leaving you standing out in the dark street with Cove. You didn't even need to ask him why. You already had the answer for this. He wasn't ready yet for the day to end. Without a word, Cove began to stroll down the road. You walked alongside him. You'd known your destination before you'd arrived on the dark and utterly deserted beach. There's no lights down here. Nothing but the moon and the stars for illumination. Oh my god, we're gonna watch the stars together with Cove on the beach. That's romantic. The only sounds were the gentle waves rolling in and out and the soft sound of the footprints you left in the sand. In other words, it was perfect. Cove stepped out into the waves without a word. He looked up at the sky with a smile, then tucked his head down and began to pull his fancy shirt off. Okay. He chucked it over his head and lobbed it backwards, fairly off the beach and out of the reach of the waves. Wait for me! I'm joining you. We're gonna go swimming. You followed him to where the waves began to laugh at the beach and began to wade out into the water. Passes the fuck out. Cove is just... I love him so much. Cove slipped his dress pants off and tossed them... Oh my god, are we going skinny dipping? Back into roughly the same direction as his shirt. He was down to just his polka dot boxer briefs. Sometimes you were really struck by the ways in which he was braver than his younger self. This was definitely one of those times. He never, ever would have done this when you were both living on the street, but you also know he still wouldn't do it with anyone other than someone he spent all of those years with. I am the warden. Thank you. took off your shirt so that you could swim. You took off your dress so that you could swim. You decided you didn't care if your clothes got wet. You thought it was wild that Cove was actually swimming right now. What are we wearing? I feel like we'd be wearing a shirt, right? Let's go swimming. Cove waded further into the water until it came up to his chest. You unfastened your clothes and left them behind you, just as Cove had done moments before. You didn't even... Where's the bonk sound? What do you mean the bonk sound? It comes when you do the command. I'm confused. You didn't even bother following him deeper into the sea. Cove grinned as you approached. I'm gonna be in so much trouble with my moms when we get back.
I guess.
Yeah. Oh well. Think fast. Cove. Okay. He splashed water at you as soon as the words had left his lips, giving you no time to prepare at all. Y'all, my favorite, so Shadow in his streams has horny jail, but like it makes jail bar sounds, and I think that's so funny. It goes whoop, and it's just beautiful. I love it. It didn't make the bonk sound alert it usually does. I heard it. Did you not hear it? Interesting. I heard it. I'm terrified. Bonk me, please. Shadow likes being bonked. No, oh no, I need to stop talking. I can hear bonk. Yeah, I heard bonk. Should I also do a bonky bonk? I heard the bonk, yeah. Interesting. I don't know, I didn't hear it terrible. I heard it when it went off. The splash had caught you full on, leaving you spluttering and drenched. Oh, he's getting splashed back. Seeing what you were doing, Cove put his hands up for protection. It was no use. The water washed over him, leaving his hair soaked through. Cove sighed and looked at you mournfully. The sudden shift in mood alarmed you, but those worries disappeared as soon as he opened his mouth. We're still not merfolk. The world is cruel. You snickered. After a moment, Cove's mock sadness broke and he joined in. The two of you wound up drifting further down along the shoreline, chatting and enjoying the chance to be back on the beach that had provided the backdrop for so much of your childhood. Eventually, a silhouette of structures appeared up ahead. As you drew closer, you realized it was the old playground. Cove spotted it too and hurried towards it, dragging himself out of the water and heading into the park. Yo, we're naked! You're gonna go on the playground naked? That is not a good call. That is not a good call. Berdie, I do indeed like a good bonking every time. Shut up! I see, okay, I see. You enjoy doing the bonking. Okay, that's noted. Oh no. Oh no. Wet sand coated his feet and lower legs, with every step clinging thickly enough that it began to resemble a bizarre pair of boots. As you followed him, you wondered how many visitors this little park got these days. There were officially no children living in that neighborhood now. Yeah, dude, we are naked. Why are we on a playground? This is not a good call. Cove gazed at his surroundings in wide-eyed awe. He didn't care at all that he was soaking wet and dressed only in his underwear. Crouching, he gently pushed one of the child-sized swing seats, marveling at it all.
Wow.
I can't believe how tiny everything is. We're seriously small enough to use these? He shook his head, unable to fathom just how little you'd both been when you first met, then walked over to the monkey bars. Once these had been a challenge for you, now they were little more than waist-high next to Cove. Cove turned his back to the bars and hopped onto them with ease, sitting on them comfortably. I must stand in front of him. Oh my god. Buggy! Shadow! Can't believe how tiny everything is. Oh my god. It was strange seeing adult Cove juxtaposed with baby playground. This place had been something so exciting to Cove back when he first arrived, and apparently it was to this day. Cove smiled eagerly as you approached, kicking his feet in the air happily, briefly forgetting the low vantage point until the tip of his toes scraped along the ground. This is a random question. Is it you who I was talking to that said they didn't like the cartoon Phineas and Ferb? I can't. No, Chip, I love Phineas and Ferb. I love Phineas and Ferb. I don't know who didn't like it. These are just facts. Okay. They are facts about your life, Shadow, and I appreciate them. Is that the first time Koz has heard that? I heard what? That everything's tiny? Oh, God. No! He continued to swing his feet, but with a little more care. You thought it was adorable. In this moment, you were home. It just so happened to be the place you'd grown up, but really anywhere you could be with Cove was that for you. He held a special place in your heart for so long, and so much of your life had been shared. You'd grown up on the same street, which had given you some common ground, but it went far beyond that. You had both chosen from a young age to share your life with each other. You wouldn't have it any other way. Here we are again. Here we are. The mood had shifted now. The funny, impulsive night beach trip with a spike of adrenaline that came from you playing in the water under the moonlight had settled into something quieter and more nostalgic. Cove leaned back, tilting his head towards the sky to admire the stars above. Oh hell, I've said it on stream. That's fair. That is totally fair. Shut up. Too bad I wasn't able to bring my surfboard along for this. Cove shrugged dramatically, trying to lift the mood a little. The dinner was really nice. It was great to do all this. The smile he had when he spoke those words fell as quietly as it had appeared. I went by so fast. We all came out here for a party and it's over. Liz, Lee, our parents, we'll all be going back to our own things now. But what else can you do? Except that say, it's okay. I guess it's part of growing up. This place and these people, they're our foundation. It shaped who we are now, like making castles out of sand. I owe a lot to Sunset Bird. His eyes crinkled fondly, and Ko's voice was gently when he spoke again. We had a good childhood, I think. Oh my god. I'll always remember our days here. He shook his head, sighing heavily. Alright. His smile took on an uncuriously harsh twist. You had a feeling where this was going. We better get home before your dumb parents who don't know anything get mad. He had to laugh at the half-hearted impression of young Jeremy, the boy you met in this park. He chuckled along with you for a moment before tapering off. Perry the Platypus is best boy. Perry the Platypus is so funny. I wish I could do the platypus sound like that. Which I cannot do. That's my best interpretation. I hope we don't get grounded. The jokes kept coming. You certainly tried. I did not succeed though. It was very amusing to imagine that only could your mom somehow ground you as a fully grown and independent adult, but their powers extended over Cove as well. Thanks, Bugs. Thank you so much. That is exactly what I sounded like. Shut up. As much as you were enjoying being back here, Cove was right. You had to accept that you needed to go now. It was late and your moms were still expecting to see you before you got a ride back to the hotel. Cove hopped down from the bars, landing easily on the ground, only a short distance below. Before you could return, you had some clothes to retrieve from the beach. You retrode the same path, following the footsteps down the shore you'd left in the sand only a little while earlier. Once you and Cove had scrounged up your abandoned clothes, you started to walk up the old path home, side by side. Oh, he's still in his undies! Why are we walking down the street in our undies, boy? Droplets of water slipped down your skin and fell onto the road as you made your way back to your mom's house. As you and Cove were still soaked and sandy from your earlier adventure, it was likely that you were leaving quite a trail in your wake. But you'd seen Cove's bedroom growing up. It was only natural for him. The air was lightly humid, already pleasantly dense with moisture, that it felt like a hug as if it closed around you. I don't even know what Perry the Platypus is. It's just, it could very well be the sound he makes. Wait, hold on. I feel like this isn't important. I'm going to pull up the Perry the Platypus. There he goes. Videos. Okay, let's see if I can see. This is Doofenspurs.
Perry the Platypus.
It's not him making sounds though. Okay, well, I guess I can't find anything that makes sounds, but I was trying to find it. Thank you for the clip shadow. Nerdy the Platypus. Oh goodness. Platypus. Buggy! Y'all look chaotic and I love it. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. You hope so. You were quite like the idea of you and Cove leaving your mark on your hometown again, even if only for a little while. Despite being soaked through and mostly undressed, the balmy summer night prevented you from feeling any chill. You were entirely comfortable. In truth, you felt warm inside and out. The day had been so lovely, spending time with friends and family, and your eyes drifted over to Cove. Cove Holden, your boyfriend. Just seeing him brought a smile to your face. You're truly my other half! I'm gonna say it. That's so cute! Cove turned to you, his eyes wide and adoring, and he bit his lip as he smiled shyly. You could tell that your words had touched him. I feel the same way, exactly. He held your gaze a moment longer, looking straight at you as he spoke again.
I love you.
I'll love you forever. Oh my god. We're gonna kiss him. We have to kiss him, right? You playfully bump his against him with your side. That's cute, though. Do we kiss him or do we like bump him? Do we hug him? Do we hold his hand? Kiss him? We're kissing him. Kiss him. Catching him by the hand, you stopped Cove in his tracks and pulled him close. Your heart somersaulted as your lips met. At this moment, with the quiet seaside town at rest, it felt like it was just the two of you in the world. Cove returned the kiss gently, cradling your head with his hands until you broke apart. You were full of joy. All other concerns and the day-to-day stresses of normal life were squeezed out by it. All you could think in that moment was how your life was wonderful. Every second and every day needed to end sometime, and that time had nearly come for tonight. You had to get at least some rest and bring it all to a close. And so the two of you went inside to say goodnight to your moms, as well as clean yourselves up as best you could. Your moms, both in pajamas, ready for their own sleep, hooted with laughter as you came inside. Disheveled and damp, and their teasing continued until the car came to get you to the hotel. Cove stayed silent as he put his casual clothes on again, placing the formal ones back into the bag he brought them in. You'd given Mom and Ma plenty of material for mock scolding, and you got a playful lecture about not getting into the water without bothering to change first. You just grinned at your partner in crime, feeling like naughty kids again. It had been worth it. By the time you and Cove finally dragged yourselves to your hotel room for the night, the sky had been dark for some time, and the lonely hotel hallways were quiet. The late hour made you feel a sense of fulfillment. You really were making the most of your trip. It was such an odd thought that this was almost over. You had settled into this new routine naturally. All the familiar streets and faces made everything easy to get used to. The two of you drowsily shuffled past an ice machine and into your room. Cove set his phone on his bedside table, and you followed suit. You both started settling in for the night. The hotel room was a welcome sight after your long day. You noticed Cove rub the back of his neck and yawn. His voice was quiet and distant. I hope the pet sitter is doing good. I forgot we had a dog together! This wasn't exactly directed to you. It was just a sleepy thought that Cove had unleashed upon the world at large, but you still agreed. I hope so too. Cove still kept fish after all these years, delightful, colorful things in huge aquariums. He spent a lot of time when he wanted to relax just watching them swim. You also had adopted a pet who you loved dearly. Your home was a lovely place full of critters the both of you cared for. That was why, with both of you gone, it had been important to find a decent pet sitter. Cove's anxiety about leaving them hadn't subsided. Over the vacation, you had caught him a few times texting the pet sitter and asking about his fish. I love that he's so cute about his fish. He'll be okay. Cove turned his head to you, the nervousness still coming off despite his exhaustion. I know what you mean, but you chose that person for a reason. You trust them. But they're all fine. They must miss you. Cove smiled, appreciative of your comfort. You nodded in satisfaction. Mission accomplished. Cove yawned widely. He seemed confused at the magnitude of it. He groggily blinked at you. I think it's time for bed. You glanced at your watch. It really was astonishingly late. Yeah, Cove, that's an understatement. The two of you got changed and brushed your teeth. In no time at all, both of you were cozy and ready for sleep. After that, you flopped onto your side of the shared bed. Cove headed over to his side, and you felt the mattress dip under his weight. You tucked yourself under the covers, and Cove snuggled in closer to the middle. You turned on your side to face him and scooted slightly closer. Your noses almost touched, and Cove watched you with a soft expression on his face. Cove gently spoke, his words like a lullaby. Good night, Devin. Night. Ko's eyes fluttered shut and he let out a contented sigh. There was a warmth from Ko's body next to you. He was right there. Aww, that's so cute. Okay, his presence was comforting and perfect for lulling you to sleep. His presence was alluring. You really wanted your hands on him. Excuse me? Oh my god. This game, it really said options. I know what you all want, but I'm going to pick the PG option because our demisexual boy and our demisexual ass, I feel like would just be comforty with sleepies. Because that's what we chose for representation, so I love this for us. Hold on, I'm gonna save though because I know y'all are gonna have a problem with it. Your eyes fell asleep sometime after. You were not exactly sure exactly when, only the fact that they were now too heavy to open. You felt a mixture of bitter and sweet emotions. You were happy to be here, but sad it was ending. There was relief that you could soon be in your own home again, but also wondering when you could return here. There were many more feelings swirling around in your head that hadn't even crystallized into thoughts yet. Paradoxically, you felt nice but also confused, but then also nice from the confusion. In the back of your mind, you realized that you really must be tired. Unsurprisingly, your exhaustion did not give you too much time to muse on your emotions. In what felt like seconds, you were already dreaming. The dreams dancing around your head became fragmented and faded until you couldn't remember a thing about them at all. You're growing more aware of the real world. The alarm you set woke you up, I feel like. You turned it off as quick as your hands could move. Yawning, you dropped your arm back down on your pillow. Then you opened your eyes with a smile. There were still things you wanted to do today. A jolt of excitement woke you up even more. You sat up fully with a big yawn, stretching your back, then your arms, and lastly your neck before accepting the day. The blanket fell to the side while you swung your legs over the side of the bed. A part of it almost got caught on your foot, but you kicked it away. Ko slipped out of bed on the opposite side. Today would be your last day in Sunset Bird. The only thing you had planned was some family time in the old neighborhood. You figured you'd see where the day took you from there. Yawning again, you glanced over at your clothes. There was just one more day to live out your bag. I'm excited to having my full wardrobe again. There are only so many outfit combinations you could make, and you pondered them all while poking through your suitcase. You frowned, wishing that you packed a little differently.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry, you'll be reunited with your closet soon. Not soon enough. Alright, let's get things going. Our families are waiting. Nodding, you and Ko swiftly finished getting ready in the small hotel room. As soon as you had your stuff together and were ready to go, you were off. During the ride there, you and Cove decided to visit his dad's house first this time. When you got dropped off, Cove eagerly hopped out onto the street with his eyes locked in his father's condo. Your gaze fell on your boyfriend. He stood in the middle of the street where you grew up together, while the summer sun made him shine. Though he was the brightest light in your eyes, no matter what. Aww! That's so cute! You know you had to propose! This game really wants us to propose to Ko first. I think I still want to see if we can hold out and get Ko to propose to us, because I want to know what happens if he proposes. That's just my thought process, though. I don't know. It was a beautiful thing. He was beautiful. We love him. He was beautiful. You wouldn't give up a single second of your time with Cove. Meeting him there, you were looking forward to how today's chapter would unfold. Cove strode up to his old front door and casually flung it open without bothering to knock once again. You followed at his side as he poked his head in. You closed the door behind you both. Hello? You found Cliff and Kira in the kitchen, getting breakfast ready. Kira was cutting an apple while Cliff was watching a frying pan sizzle. Cole's parents waved them from across the room, not straying from their tasks. Good morning, you two. Dude, you need to put your hair in a bun. It's gonna get in your food. Yeah, morning. And hello to you. I hope you slept well.
Thanks.
Thanks for swinging by. You're more than welcome to join us for breakfast here if you haven't already eaten, of course. We haven't yet. Though, even if we had, there's always room for more. Kira chuckled. She put down the knife she had in her hand so that all her attention could be on her son. You're still my giant growing baby boy. Mom, please. Kira didn't pay Cove's whining any mind. Instead, she put a finger up to her lips as she thought, her eyes on you and then glimpsing towards a window.
What do you think?
I wonder, do you think your family's eaten yet, Divin? I'm not sure. Cove and I came over here first. Your eyes flicked over to the clock on their oven. Given the time, your moms may have eaten or they could be having a slower morning. It was a coin toss either way. Well, give them a call. They could come over. Cove nodded, a sage expression on his face. Making them breakfast is the least we could do after how much food I ate at their house growing up.
Right.
True. But very true. Alright. You took out your phone, even though your moms both had cells for years. The house number was the one that you had memorized as a kid, and the first entry on your contact list. As the call connected, you tapped the speaker button. You figured it would be easier if everyone could hear what was going on. You heard a click and a familiar static.
Hello.
Hello, Devin. It's nice to hear from you. Hey, Ma. Good morning. I'm across the street right now at the Coase family wanted me to invite everyone to breakfast. You want to come over? That sounds delightful. Pamela and I can do that. Liz and Lee should be able to make it too. Would that be fine? Cliff took a step forward and spoke loudly so his voice would be picked up. It definitely would be. The more the merrier.
Marvelous.
We may have gotten together for dinner last night, but there's no law that we can't do it again for breakfast today. Enjoy the company while you can, is what I think. Ma giggled, and you could hear some rustling over the line. Thank you. I'll let them know and we'll be right over. Cliff gave a thumbs up. Cove shook his head with amusement. Dad, just give a thumbs up. I'm telling you since you can't see him over the phone. Kyra snorted and Ma's laughter rang out, filling the kitchen. Cliff switched the thumbs up hand to instead scratch the back of his head.
See you.
Well, it sounds like we'll see you soon. Goodbye for a little while. You could feel her smile from her voice. Bye, Ma. You ended the call with a satisfying tap of the red button. Cliff's eyes wandered around the space. Well, better get cooking.
Sounds good.
I can help. Me too. No way, you're guests. Kara and I got this. She grinned. There was something playful in the twist of her lips.
Right.
I couldn't have said it better myself, Cliff. I've been in your spot before. There's no choice but to accept it. Thank you for the snacky. I think we're almost done with this chapter, all. And the hydrate. No. Fine. We'll just hang out over here, I guess. Good. Cove walked over to the living room and gestured at the couch. You both took a seat, getting a comfortable spot to wait for food and family. Cove tilted his parents, towards his parents with his chin, then shook his head with a gentle smile, silently asking if you could believe this. All you had was a silent shrug. Time passed, filled with light chatting. Cove kept a careful watch on his parents' culinary progress and occasionally kept a running commentary. Oh, Dad added another pinch of salt. I wonder if that's a good idea. Cliff had to raise his voice to project over the living room. He sounded very amused. It's funny that all people who are commenting on my salt usage were both born and raised in salt water. Besides, I'm sure you remember back when you were about 12 and tried to make... Cove flushed slightly, but his smile remained as bright as ever. Do you really want to start talking about cooking mistakes, Dad? Because I remember a lot of things too, like what about the chowder that was supposed to be a pie? Cove and his family were quite a show to listen to. You chimed in occasionally, but mostly you provided the laugh track. Alright, my friend, I gotta get ready. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday. Bye! Bye, Chip! Have a great wedding! I hope it's full of love and fun and dancing. Have a great time! Eventually, there was a rhythmic knock on the door. That's them! He said it loudly for his parents' benefit. You nodded to get up to greet your family. When he opened the door, surprisingly, there were no moms. Oh my god! Terry stood in front with Miranda at his side. Derek waved from behind them. Hey buddies, we came to see you two before you left. The plan would have been to go over to Devin's house next if you weren't here. Luckily, you two aren't too hard to find. Like he said, hi. Cove burst out into happy laughter. His brows were high in surprise, not unlike how he looked after unwrapping a nice present. Well, thanks for coming. Hello. Kara's voice carried through the house from the kitchen. Cliff likewise projected. Great, the whole gang will be here. You heard the sound of cabinet open and shut. A pan clattered and the faucet turned on.
interrupting something?
This voice actor. The Squid Squad. This is literally the squad. The squad. This be our squad. My parents, sister, and cousins are coming over for breakfast. They should be here in a few minutes. Yup, but my dad always makes a ton of food anyways. It's no problem for you guys to join. Cove waved off their concern before pausing with a thoughtful hum. The only real problem is, do we have enough places for all the people to sit? He peered back into the house and started counting the dining room table, chairs, and bar stools. 5, 6. Cliff interrupted when Cove began trying to use his fingers to connect the different chairs to different guests.
No worries.
Don't worry, some people can squish together on the sofas. It will be fine. This really is going to be a party. Well, I'd be happy to accept the invitation. Yeah, you'd have to be crazy to skip out on this.
Thanks.
Thank you for making room. We're really glad that you came. Your 3 friends, I hope I don't have to voice all of these people because some of their voices are the same, and I can't do it. Before they had a chance to settle in, the doorbell rang. Only Miranda had sat down. Now that has to be them. People laughed as he walked back to the door and opened it up. He was right this time. It was your parents, Liz and Lee, all crowded on the front steps. They squinted into the house and were surprised at just how many greetings were said. Their sheer force of chorus of hellos was impressive. How did they beat us here? How early did Devin call you? We're literally across the street. Terry snorted at your sister's confusion. He seemed quite pleased with himself. We were surprised. We called ourselves.
Cool.
Very cool. Cliff smirked as he adjusted the settings on the stovetop. It's a little more crowded than expected, but we're making it work. Cove led the final group to complete the picture inside, and they took the chance to greet you along with everyone else. When the excited energy buzzing around the table started to calm, you had a second to truly appreciate this view. The most important people in your life all together again. It felt too good to be true to have everyone here. And then you noticed that Mom 3 stood back up. Oh my god, Mom 3! I forgot we call her that. She clapped her hands once in satisfying smack. I hate to interrupt, but I thought you'd want to know that the food's done cooking. Cliff crossed the floor to place a pile of silverware on the table, and then he dropped the stuff on the other surfaces around the rest of the living room. When he was done, he gestured towards the food.
Okay.
The plates are in the kitchen. Serve yourselves and sit where you'd like. The guests happily formed a line, and the meal was steadily passed around. Before long, each person claimed a seat in the Holden living room area. Some at the table, others on the kitchen island, some situated at the couch. Do we finally get to sit on Cole's lap? That'd be good. Conversations trickled across the various clusters of friends as everyone dug in. Cole finished his plate in record time with a pleased sigh. He put his fork down and surveyed the room. This is really cool. Just how we're getting to do this kind of thing. I like this too, Cove. I hope we'll be able to make this happen again. Of course, there'll always be more reasons to get the gang back together in the future. Yes, the two of you might even dare to celebrate your yearly anniversary every year. The smirk on Liz's face grew only wider as your mom giggled at her teasing. Ma shook her head, chuckling softer now. Finally, some physical love language. Laughs it! I know, I'm about it.
Josh.
I would have done, y'all, I would have done the physical affection in the hotel room if I wasn't real worried it wouldn't be PG-13 on stream. I'm gonna be honest with you. Liz, shush. Honestly, we just might. You've made a good point. It does come around every year. You should. Seriously, you deserve a big celebration for your magical day. The kids are right. You've got a lot of people who want to appreciate you. You've gotta give them a chance. It's true. I know I have a lot of to thank you for. Physical love is one of your love languages? Yeah, mine is... What are mine? Quality time and... Although I heard that, like, love languages aren't really, like, a thing. Like, they are, but they aren't. Acts of service, yeah, that's one of mine, too. There are more nods of agreement around the room, and your moms took each other's hands for support. Neither were expecting so much encouragement. We'll think about it. She'll think about it, and I'll tell Lonnie to stop thinking so hard, so if she doesn't agree... Pam!
Good.
Good job, Mom. Now, with that settled, let us continue to enjoy this perfect gathering. You know who else being here would make this extra perfect? Who? Who else could be here? I'm just gonna say agreed. There's a playfulness in Kira's stare as she scanned the room. She slowly placed her index finger on her chin. Now that I think of it, there's something I haven't done in a while. Eyebrows were raised as Kira's incomplete thought. She was wordlessly urged to continue. Kira didn't hesitate. Look through all the photos Cliff has here. Wouldn't that be fun for all of us? What? Mom? Why would you say that? Practically all of those photos are of me.
Very cute.
And that's why embarrassing my baby boy is just one of the perks of being a mom. Much to Co's dismay, his mom was thoroughly entertained at his outburst. She winked in your direction. Meanwhile, Cliff eagerly stood up with a wave of proud affection for his son and completely missed Kira's teasing intent. You mentioned that white-haired neighbor and Jeremy. Oh, I don't want them. Baxter can stay away and Jeremy can leave the planet. I don't need either of them in our life. I was afraid we were going to talk about Shiloh, and I was like, I also don't need that.
Oh.
I think that's a great idea. Anyone else interested in these pictures?
Yeah.
I am. Lee shot her hand up before Cliff could even take a full step. Terry and Miranda snuck each other a glance before nodding with matching grins. That sounds swell.
That's fantastic.
That would be lovely, Cliff. Mom tried to hide her amusement behind her hand, but she couldn't stop the snicker that slipped out. Oh boy. I want to see them. It's been too long since I last saw Little Cove. Miss Holden met your gaze with a soft look that told you that he was thinking the same thing. I bet this will be a goldmine of entertainment. Cove buried his face in his hands and sighed. Slowly, his shoulders deflated in defeat. Fine, we can take a look, everyone. Happy with picture time? Yeah!
Fun.
Yes. They both excitedly raised a fist in victory. Smaller cheers from your friends and family worked their way around the room, and even you bounced up to your feet excitedly. Cliff flipped open his faded album with physical pictures. He held it up to his face. The corner of his eyes crinkled, and though the book covered much of his face, you were certain he was smiling fondly. But he didn't keep it to himself long. Laying the family album on the dining table, you and the rest of the party gathered around to get a peek. Oh my god! He's so punchy. The first picture on the first page was baby Cove in a cute little onesie. There were several coos and ahs from the group, and Cliff's eyes were shining with tears as he sniffled. He's grown so much. Oh my god, that's my darling angel! You met Cove's eyes with the fondest smile, and you saw the second his breath caught his mouth twitch until he let himself accept the compliment. I love his hair's naturally green. It is. It's literally... Because his mom has natural green hair, too. Cove held himself even taller, pleased and uplifted by your comment. You reached out, placing a hand on his arm and giving him a gentle squeeze, feeling as grateful as always to be with him. Thanks, Devin. After breakfast and the photo showcase, everyone decided to stick around. Hanging around Mr. Holden's house turned into taking a walk around the neighborhood, and then for lunch, you switched over to your mom's condo. It was a really good time, enjoying each other's company, but eventually the sun began to set and there was nothing else to delay your friends and family from going home. Inside your mom's house, the home you had been raised in and group was taking their time saying their goodbyes. It was tough for you, your family, and your friends. Thank you, Muggy. You all too, though. You knew what was weighing on the mood. It might be some time before you see one another again. It was a pleasure having you all here. You're welcome to come around again anytime. Mom wrapped an arm around Mom and with a light chuckle, Mom leaned her head gently into her wife and they both beamed.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely. I know we're all adults with our own hectic lives, but we appreciate the time taken to visit. Snorting, Liz crossed her arms. She leaned one hip out to the side while her lips curled teasingly. You make it sound like this was such a struggle. Some of these people still live here, and it was a vacation for everyone else. Even so, it was very thoughtful, and I hope everyone has a safe trip home. Kira clapped a hand on Cliff's shoulder. He was puzzled as she leaned in so he could hear her. That means you too. It's dangerous crossing the street. Remember to look both ways. Hey now. Yeah, good luck. With all important grown-up things, I'm sure you'll have to go do when you're all out of here. Definitely. I'll give updates next time something exciting happens or everything lame so I vent about. Okay, Bugs. How nice. I'm glad Lee won't be forgetting the little people. Never ever. I'll keep in touch too.
Very
You
nice.
better. Well, me and Randy aren't going far, so we can keep an eye on the town for the rest of ya. Nothing will get past us. Was Cove born in the ocean? Yeah, he's actually a merman. How did you know that? Right. Well, make sure everything is okay. We need to worry at all.
Thanks.
That's kind of you. Miranda and Terry gave each other pleased smiles, already committing to their self-appointed task. Dara scratched the back of his head, wearing a pensive look. It's always sad when I have to leave this town. It happens too often. But at least there will be people looking out for Sunset Bird. That makes me feel better about it. After a pause, Mr. Holden gave the younger Fultz a thumbs up.
Great.
That's all great. You've got a lot to be proud of, and a lot to be looking forward to. Well said, Cliff. I'm thankful that I've been privileged to witness the growth you've undergone over the years. You've each matured beautifully. Oh! Cove was touched by his parents' words and struggled to come up with something to follow. Because technically he would be shark bait. Buggy. I said sarcasm. That was sarcastic. Yeah, it's been good seeing everyone. No one had taken a step yet, and you couldn't put this off any longer. It was time to say goodbye. I'll see you again. I don't believe in final goodbyes. And soon. Lee put her hands on her hips. Miranda and Terry gave you similar confident looks.
Yeah.
Exactly. There's going to be a free weekend somewhere. I know I won't be everyone, but some are better than none. A calming wave of tingles washed over you after seeing their reactions. You knew that it wouldn't have to be too long before someone made the trek out for a short visit. Afterwards, there was more sniffling and hugs, a lot of hugs. Then people started trailing out into the street, seeing others off. Only see you soon. Yeah, goodbyes are too final. I don't like it. Only see you soon. Your friends and family got into their cars and laughed at the neighborhood. By the time things had fully settled, you realized that the sun had set. Earlier, you and Cove decided on having a car pick you up, both up. Neither of you wanted to bother your parents after such a long day. It would be a little while longer before it would be there, though. It was the right choice, as both of the sets of parents shot you weary looks. The four seemed ready to call in the night. It didn't take either of you or Cove very long to assure them it was okay to head home and to go to bed. With one more round of goodnight and goodbyes, your families returned to the condos. The only people left on the street were you and Cove. Cove closed his eyes, humming happily, while he waited for it to pass. He stared up at the sky. The moment was comforting, but suddenly your face scrunched up, bemused. Something was wrong, something that made you feel somewhat empty. And then it dawned on you, Cove's wind chime wasn't here anymore. The feeling of the wind washing over the street wasn't right without that familiar tune. But Cove had taken it with him in the move. With a bittersweet smile, you knew that you'd be able to hear it again when you got home. Cove's hands were in his pockets and his shoulders were relaxed when he caught your attention with a tilt of his head.
So,
Can you guess what I'm thinking? Well, at that moment, you were in the neighborhood you grew up in together with some time to spare. You rolled your shoulders back and pretended to crack a few of your knuckles, and an amused look fidgeted on Cove's face while he observed you silently. Could you perhaps be thinking that the fireflies are out now?
Right.
Right. Do you want to go to the Poppy Hill before we leave? Yes, I do. Always. I love that Poppy Hill. We have cute moments on it. There was an eagle bounce in your step as you and Cove crossed over towards the hill behind your mom's house. Side by side, you stared at the view in awe. Aww, as you imagined the hill was dotted with glowing firefly light, it perfectly reflected the memories of childhood held closely in your mind. Cove sighed contentedly, seeing them across the hill, waving in around the blades of grass and the stars above. Eventually, Cove moved his attention back to you again. There was a dazzling brightness there in his expression that quickly morphed into something more mischievous. Want to catch one? He asked, raising a curious brow, but then he didn't wait for you to respond. Cove bolted off after the first firefly that happened to dart past his nose. Oh, it's on! Kicking up a little bit of dirt and leaves, you bolted in the opposite direction after the few fireflies that captured your attention. The first one that flitted onto your range, you dove for it. Well, I can't read. Did you get one? It escaped between your fingers, but that didn't dim a second of your fun. You shook your head, trying to find your next target. The next one, I can feel it! Unless you're feeling my future victory. Out of the corner of your eye, you watched Cove get spun nearly around, falling one that was staying just out of reach. Chuckling, you crouched down low, searching the air. The pursuit for fireflies continued until a handful had been caught. Cove crossed over to you with a bright grin that could rival every twinkling bug and star around you. Cupped between your hands, Cove carefully held the firefly. The corners of his mouth twisted before a few giggles escaped him, and you knew that feeling well. The way the firefly would buzz around, tickling the palms of your hands. Cove eyelids fluttered open, meeting yours. He watched you with a complicated mix of emotions, heavy with weight of 15 years of history of memories. It's really a relief that I got to see the fireflies. This trip wouldn't have felt complete without it. Yeah, I think you're right. You spotted another firefly lowering to your eye level before looping up to the top of Cove's head. It landed right on his hair, and you smirked. What? You have a very tiny firefly hat. I do? Before you could answer, the firefly took off and disappeared into the night. You gave it a tiny wave goodbye. Well, that didn't last very long. That's too bad. I'll remember them as my tiny hat forever. Me too. Taking a deep breath, Cove held your eye. He appeared to be conflicted about what he wanted to say next, and you waited for him to make his choice. It's so strange not to live here anymore. Most of my life, neither of us were ever really away from Sunset Bird. Well, unless one of us went on a trip somewhere. Or when both our families took trips together. Remember that? He chuckled, losing himself to fond reminiscing. You couldn't help but match his grin. I liked that road trip one a lot. Though I didn't think we would all get squished into that RV again. You're way too big. Laughing, Cove shook his head. His brows creased the longer he sat with the thoughts spinning in his brain. Those visits back when my mom... I remember what a big deal they felt like. To be away from here without anyone else coming. For a whole few weeks. Oh, how little I knew. Hey, what did you used to tell your mom about me when you went on those trips? You were so innocent back then, you're not. I want to know what he said about us. Thrown a little off kilter, Cove hadn't been expecting that question at all. Both of his eyebrows raised, and a part of you wondered if he had somehow spoken gibberish instead. Honestly, I've been wondering about it since I was 13. Kira always kept the details to herself, and you never said a word either.
Well...
Cove couldn't meet your stare for a second longer. Bashfully turned away and his voice grew smaller. Mostly I just tell her about the times we'd hang out, but I know I was pretty enthusiastic when I was because you are someone really special to me. And I admitted that much to my mom. Not sure if I used the word crush exactly, but she knew that you were the highlight of my young life. And look at that, you still are. Oh my god, my heart, this game. He believed that final thought earnestly enough that you stopped, breathing altogether. Cove beamed at you, pleased with his confession. Thank you. You're welcome, and thank you for being my favorite story. After that, Cove became quiet, simply gazing into your face. The way the lights around sparkled in his eyes reminded you of moonlight reflecting off the waves in the ocean. There was a depth to that you could hardly grasp. A part of you felt compelled to speak, to do something, but you were entrenched. Cove held you completely in place as much as the firefly. His next words came out as a whisper. I love fireflies. Bruh, that line killed me. Thanks for being my favorite story. I know, like, oh, and this is my favorite story, so, oh my god, my heart. Every time I see them, it makes me happy. It makes me think of you. The lasting eye contact finally broke as Cove let his eyes shift towards the hill. Fireflies are linked together in my head so strongly because of all the times we spent together with them, and because they're kind of like the feelings I have for you. On the inside, made real, a soft warm light that's fluttery and tingly and all around me. He faced you completely once more. His eyes were now glossy and even fuller with abundant affection. Cove then opened his hand, holding the firefly settled there towards you. He was wholeheartedly offering it to you. The fact that this is like when he broke into our bedroom, that first time we ever like made out with him. The significance of the gesture wasn't lost on you after he'd confessed what fireflies truly meant to him. Suddenly struck with emotions, the words cracked in Cove's throat. He smiled wildly, and continued on. Oh my god, he's crying! That night, the summer when I moved, where we were all went to catch fireflies, was the first truly, completely happy memories in Sunset Bird. Even when I had good days back then, I was so sensitive, I usually ended up getting upset over something at some point. I'm guessing you can remember that. He chuckled softly at himself, and your mouth curved into a smile. Sure, Lizzie got kind of bossy near the end of the mini-adventure, but it didn't matter. I wanted to run around and play with you and her and Shiloh too. I wanted to be there. It was amazing. He closed his eyes, sorting through all the emotions were swirling around inside him. You know that night, years ago, the one after Orca event where I snuck into your room with a firefly? I literally just said that! I wanted to tell you what I said here.
I'm always like this.
About what fireflies meant and about the feelings I have for you, but I didn't. I couldn't. Not directly, but at least it was implied a little bit. He shifted on his feet, remembering his prior shyness brought out a sheepish countenance in Cove during the present. Then Cove's stuttering laugh burst out from the tension. It's pretty lucky for me that you decided to do it yourself. Oh yeah! I forgot, that's when we were like, I love you. I forgot, oh my god. I cannot even describe how shocked I was when that actually happened. It was like you just knew all the words I hadn't been able to speak. But his nervous giggles finally settled out as a more contemplative tone came in his voice. This time it's my turn. There's more I want to say tonight. Okay, I'm listening. Hello. He had been speaking to you so familiarly, so sweetly. But when his tone became heard, it was more serious than you'd ever heard it your long history together. Devin, I promised you I'd always be there whenever you wanted. I meant it then, I still mean it now. I mean it more than ever. Cove. He may not have said it directly, but you had gotten the message clearer than if he had shouted it from the rooftops, and Cove knew it. I don't know what's happening. Wait, I need you to spell it out for me. What am I supposed to understand here? That you love me? I get that. What do we say? I'm gonna start crying. Cove's legs shook. He loves you. He does. Cove's legs shook. Despite talking straight, his entire body had become rigid. He winced while trying to force his joints to actually move. Your feet remained locked in place, churning in your own sea of emotion, giving Cove the time he needed. Ultimately, Cove graciously... Wait, is he proposing? Wait, hold on. Ultimately, Cove graciously dropped down onto both of his knees with a muted thud. Both knees, so both knees, one knee, both knees. His head was hung low in embarrassment as he clung onto your pants to stop from falling over entirely. You okay, dude? I'm gonna cry. Cove mumbled what you thought was an apology, though he knew how he carried himself when it was directed at the ground. He still couldn't move from that spot. Keeping a tight grip, he was able to awkwardly shift a leg lower so that he was being propped up on just one knee. There was a pause. He's proposing, y'all. He's proposing. I'm not ready for this. Oh my god. And then he looked up at you with eyes as blue and wide as the sea and just as wet. He released your clothes to instead put his hand over his heart. Devin. In a small, fragile voice, he spoke.
I love you.
I love you. You mean so much to me. I don't even know what life would be without you. Tears fell heavily and the words dropped out as painfully. I'm sorry, have I ever been able to handle a major romantic moment in our relationship well? True, we're the first ones to say I love you and make all the moves, but Cove, that is fine. We love you the way you are, okay? And you're making a move right now, so like, sir. Okay. You don't have to answer that. He laughed breathily. It was almost more of a wheeze. I've never made things easy, especially when growing up. Life was so hard for me, and so I had made things harder for everybody else. We definitely had our ups and downs, thanks to that. But at the end of it, we always just got closer. And I've loved you for so many years. He continued to sniffle as he made a few false continuations of an unintelligible stammering. Eventually, Cove found what he wanted to say next. Thank you for being my partner. Thank you for giving me piggyback rides despite me being so tall. Thank you for putting up with me when I'd panic about stuff outside of my control. Thank you for sending letters when I had to go away to my mom's house. Thank you for never minding when I'd sneak over to your house through the window. Cove's eyelids squeezed shut in an attempt to stop himself from rambling further. Oh my god, you couldn't help but chuckle at how precious he was. You had to hide your face bashfully. You continued to cry. You didn't know what to do with yourself. You had to stop yourself from interacting. You were so ready, but you wanted him to finish. I'm telling you, well, we were the perfect partner. I'm gonna hide my face bashfully. I feel like that's what we would do, right? Cove's outpouring of gratitude accumulated in a final piece of appreciation.
Thanks for waiting for me.
And thank you for being such a patient person. I know I kept you waiting so long. He took in a slow, controlled breath, and then without stuttering or stopping, said the words out loud.
Will you marry me?
Oh my god! Let's go! My heart! Oh my god. Well, fuck yeah! Abso-fucking-lutely. Oh my god. Wait, what do we say? Okay, I will. There's nothing I want more. That one, obviously. That's the most romantic one, right? Yes. Okay. Cove glanced forward, catching himself with his hands before landing face first into the grass. The poppies around his face fluttered from his grand sigh of relief. I know fuck yeah was not an option, but I needed it. Oh my god, thank you. Eyes filled with fresh tears, he lifted his head back up to smile at you with all the love in the world. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I know that's all I've been saying this whole time. I'm sorry, but just thank you for being here and for being the one I want to be with. Somehow all you could think was that it was him, Cove Holden, the man you loved, and now the person you were going to marry! Ah! Pyra, you returned right in time for us to be proposed to! Welcome back! The wiggly eyebrows, imagine, I love it. Oh my god. Oh my god, what do we do? Don't worry, this is perfect. You never have to apologize for that. You're so wonderful. I love you. No, thank you for everything. What did we say? They're all good. Oh no, what are we saying? No, thank you, Cove. I know, I feel like that too. Okay. Okay, I'm like shaking, y'all. Why is this game like touch my heart so much? I literally love this game so freaking much. Then, aww. Okay, you got down in the grass and kissed him. Oh, we're kissing in the grass. We are kissing in the grass, y'all. We're kissing in the grass. You couldn't hold back any longer. You launched yourself at him and knocked Cove over on impact. He laid flat on his back now. His eyes were wide, but swiftly pulled you against him. As close as you could get, just fit to feel you. Grass kiss! You leaned forward and kissed your fiancé. Ah! He kissed you back lovingly, and you could feel the smile on his face. The place where you met, where you grew, where you fell in love was now the place where you shared life together truly began. Your eyes drifted close to let yourself experience it, to anchor yourself in the moment and hold on for as long as possible. You, the both of you, never wanted to let go. You were certain of it. The rest of your days would be spent side by side. It was all you'd hoped for. When the swelling excitement of your new engagement relaxed back into more familiar style of gentle comfort your relationship brought, Cove stood up. Didn't we propose to him in the last part? Yeah, so remember how you wanted me to propose to him at the end of the chapter? I did that, and then this is the save where we had him proposed because we were doing a slow burn, the save. I wonder what happens, though, if you save... My friend just invited me to play Dead by Daylight. If you save, if you propose last time. He lifted you along with him. I do have a ring too if you want that. It's just, you know, sentimentality. The firefly felt better to me. I love that he proposed to you with a firefly. That's so fucking romantic. You felt thrilled hearing he got a new engagement. You shook your head affectionately at his Andes. None of that mattered to you. Appreciated the consent. I'm gonna laugh. I love him. Not now, DVD. We're getting married. Cove chuckled bashfully, picking a stray strand of grass off his pants. You were thrilled by the turn of events that unfolded here. Your dream had been for Cove to propose, and he never disappointed you. Suddenly, Cove's now wide eyes snapped to yours. How are you going to tell people? We're leaving early in the morning, and it's really late now. Should we try talking before we go? The two of you put your heads together to come to some kind of decision for this predicament. Maybe we could try calling your mom's house phone? If they hear that, I mean they haven't really gone to bed yet. If they don't, they probably won't even know it rang. Calling their cell phones might wake them up. I would do the same for Dad's house. Yeah, that could work. I like that he's like, we have to tell our families right now. You can wait, dude. In sync, you and Cove dug out your cells and began to call the respective homes of your family. Cove stepped to the side as his father presumably picked up. You couldn't pay attention to his words for long as Mom answered your call next.
Hello.
Birdie residence, how can I help you? Hi, Mom, it's me. I wanted to see if you were awake without bothering you if you'd gone to bed. Yeah? Who raised such a thoughtful person? I'm impressed. Thanks for the lurk, bugs! She chuckled at her own comment while getting quieter. You could tell she was pulling her face away from the receiver. Lonnie, Devin's on the phone. When she spoke again, it came in loud and clear. She's coming over.
Oh,
You twisted your head to the side after hearing Code's exclamation and saw him tap on his screen to switch things to speaker mode. Thanks for the follow. Say hi, Dad and Mom. Devin is here, and so are their moms, sort of. They're on the phone, too. You quickly followed Code's move and left your moms to be on speaker. Thank you for the stick stack. I appreciate it. Stick stack. And thank you for the hydrate. All right. Hey, Birdie family. Good evening, ladies. Hello, it's nice to hear from you. Agreed, although it's unexpected what's happening, kiddos. Well, the thing is, wait, I'm gonna call Liz. Oh my god, they fucking know, they know. Gonna call Liz. Pam, get your phone, you can call Lee. What? You don't have to do that. I wanted to, sweetie. This is news they're going to enjoy hearing, isn't it? I'm certain they won't mind. I love that they know. I mean...
Alright.
Hey, in that case, Kira and I should call your friends. I got their numbers. Seriously? Of course, they've had to call me plenty of times to try to reach you whenever you misplaced your phone or forgot to charge it. Dad... An awkward smile crept on your face as you tried to absorb what was happening. Your parents got to work leaving the old landlines on while they used their cells to call Lee, Liz, Miranda, Terry's apartment, and Derek respectively. Oh, they know for sure. They definitely know. Every call went through and soon your whole main group was on the line and they were expecting the answer. There was no putting it off. You just like, what do we do? I think we should announce it. He did the proposal. We should announce. We're gonna start a Zoom call to announce the engagement. That's pretty much what they need to do right now. I am intending to take Cove James Holden's hand in matrimony. I'm sure you can guess Cove and I are getting married. Yeah, I love that. I'm intending to take Cove, period. Should I just say Cove and I are engaged? I like that I'm sure you can guess, but I want to say this one. Cove nodded with a serious expression. Right. That's right. I'm going to marry Devin. Cove reached over to take your hand as a physical sign of your union, even though no one could see it. It had made him feel better. The hill filled with cheers of congratulations. You heard Terry's distinctive whoop, and your mom started to joyful whisper to each other from the receiver. Liz squealed, and Kyra cooed. Why is it we getting married bitches an option? I know, seriously. We married bitches. There was no confusion or need for pause. Everyone in your life was immediately on board with your plans. Cove turned his head and beamed at you, excitement in his smile. It was coupled with a fond squeeze to your hand. You couldn't back at him.
I'm so glad.
I'm so proud of you, Cove. The two of you are going to be happy. I'm sure of it. Dad. Cove sniffled, his eyes wide and emotional. Yeah, I will be. Both of us will be. Kira spoke up gently.
Thank you.
Thank you for being so wonderful to my baby. I'm lucky and grateful that you're going to be part of my life forever. Well put, Kira. Devin is a keeper for sure. Your family couldn't stay quiet for long and began to chime in. Burb, I'm gonna go cry, seriously. I can't believe how grown up you are, but I couldn't be happier with how it all happened. Congratulations, Devin. You are one of the smartest cookies there are. You're making an amazing life for yourself.
Seriously?
This is totally amazing. You're seriously getting married. It's like we're actual adults and all that. Yeah, it'd almost be hard to believe that my baby sibling is marrying a person, you know, if Coz wasn't such an obvious choice of a husband for you. Her tone turned abnormally gentle. You're doing good. Thanks for the positive rating.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Liz giggled and your moms had some chuckles. Cove stood awkwardly, not entirely sure if he or Liz was being laughed at. Your three friends had stayed silent. You believed that they were intentionally giving your families a chance to have a moment. But once they said their pieces, it didn't take long for your friends to jump into the conversation excitedly. Congratulations on your engagement! It's crazy how really at this point of our lives, some days it feels like high school was yesterday.
So great.
But it's great. You both are definitely Sunset Birds. Best couple. Terry added on eagerly. You are the inspiration. I'm stoked that you're gonna be official. This is a big step, but I'd say you're more than earned it with everything you've been through over the years. You both deserve to be with each other for the rest of your lives. Ah, my heart. Cove had appeared weepy before, but this sealed it. He cried. Everyone's word had built up coalesced into Cove's shedding the happiest tears you'd ever seen. Thank you. Okay, go. What is the wedding? I don't know if it happens this chapter. Those were people who you cared dearly about, and they were so happy from your engagement, it was heartwarming. Good luck, kiddos. You've got a journey ahead of you. Cliff agreed with a chuckle. They've known each other for 15 years already, and still haven't gotten sick of each other yet. How hard could making it work for the rest of their lives be?
It's no trouble.
For the two of them, not difficult at all. Oh my god. I don't even know what to say. Yeah, I'm gonna actually say that. Y'all better come around again for the actual Words weren't enough to explain what you were feeling. Based upon the touched Oz in the various films, the ideal still got across. But ultimately, the night was growing late and the many phone calls all had to come to an end. After goodbyes were shared, you were left with just one another again in the quiet space of the Poppy Hill. I think that was nice. Me too.
Well...
You have to go back to the hotel now, huh? Do we have to go? You asked Hope with pleading eyes. The smile on his face fell while he rubbed his arms. I mean, our parents would probably be thrilled if we stuck around here, but I was kidding! You're right, and I know you're right, but still, it's hard. I'm just not ready yet. The corner of Cove's mouth pulled into a frown. He watched your shoulders slumped with a sympathetic look.
Don't worry about it.
It's okay, Devin. You've done a pretty good job bookending things, I think. We've enjoyed this trip the best we could, right? He rounded out his arm awkwardly, nervously waiting for a response. You sighed. Well, you do have a point, but it's still sad that we're leaving. I don't want today to end ever. We can always come back whenever you want to. We can try to make it work, I promise. Cove stood tall and studied you as his reassuring words sank in. You knew he meant every word, and you believed him wholeheartedly. Okay. With the Cove right there along with you, you made your way down the hill with the same stars above trailing the way your last night in Sunset Bird was closing out. You were lost deep within a dream, adrift in the current of your unconscious mind. Cove was with you even there, his presence strong as your mind flitted from scene to scene, the logical conscious world melting around you. Something jolted you from your slumber, the visions you'd constructed slipping away even as you scrambled to catch them. It had been a good dream. You opened your eyes to an unlit, unfamiliar ceiling. The darkness permeated the room so thoroughly that you were sure it was still the middle of the night. What if, when you wake up, it was all a dream? And so I would cry, Jackie. That was a beautiful proposal. We don't need that energy. As your eyes adjusted to what little light there was to catch onto, a smiling face cozied itself right above you. There he was. Good morning, Devin. The grin was bright enough to make it seem like maybe the sun had risen after all. Oh, it's my dream come true! Naturally, you weren't surprised to see him, but that didn't stop you from enjoying it every time. His expression softened at your voice, the tender affection in his gaze obvious despite the dim space. I'm gonna ruffle his hair. He closed his eyes happily as you rubbed the top of his head, muzzing up his hair. Oh my god, my friend invited me to play Dead by Daylight again. Hold on, I'm gonna message her that I'm finishing out. Our life. That's so funny. I can't. Hold on. I have to message her. I don't want to play DVD right now. I'm loving Cove. Excuse me. I'm guessing you woke up for some reason. Are you ever gonna let me know? Well, this is our last day here. Everyone might still be asleep, but if we get up now, we can at least see the neighborhood. Do you want to? Wow, they're really pulling out. Oh, Jackie's now playing Dead by Daylight. My God. I see you, Jackie. With you, definitely.
All right.
Great. I'm surprised they're really pulling out this chapter, huh? Do not perceive me. Too bad it popped up. I don't know how to turn that off, but it pops up every time one of my friends is playing. Then he held out one of those hands to help you get up too. Lift me up. Cove complied, crouching down to scoop you up before gently setting you down again. Before you could head out and Cove both needed to get dressed, you did so quietly. The strangeness of the hour meant that your body seemed less coordinated than usual. Each article of clothing a new puzzle, but you managed it. The two of you were eventually ready to head out into the wide world. Dawn still hadn't broken when you left the hotel, yet it was easy enough to get a ride down to Sunset Bird. The journey was peaceful. You might have expected sleep to attempt to claim you once again, with the sky still so dark, but Cove's excited energy was infectious. Morning was finally starting to come up over Sunset Bird as you arrived, almost like the sun itself wanted to be there to welcome you. Cove turned towards you, his eyes sparkling with anticipation. One more summer beach trip? You laughed, nodding to reassure him, as if there was any alternative now that you were here and he was looking at you so eagerly. Yeah, one more. You could have taken your time getting there, dawdling under the morning sun, or you could have taken the short walk at a regular pace. And both of those would have been just right for some other occasion. But this time, without either of you saying a word, you and Cove set off sprinting. The two of you tore gleefully down the street towards the beach, as excited and as ungainly as the kids you'd once been. You were laughing with joy at the absurdity of it all, being here at the break of dawn with the boy you'd once discovered on the nearby hill who never completely grew up. As it was still early, you did your best to keep the noise down. To the side, you saw Cove covering his mouth to stifle his own giggles, similarly aware of the people sleeping in the condos around you. Jade! Oh, you got the stickers! Yay! I hope you love them. They are fantastic and waterproof, and you can stick them on whatever you like, and this gets water on it all the time, and it does great. How are you doing, Jade? Happy Sunday! Jade wants some stickers, y'all, and wanted to giveaways. Brady B. Benson, the beep stands for booping Cove on the nose. I wonder how much longer this chapter is, y'all. I thought it was gonna be shorter than this. You thought that what the mean old knock grandparents would have to say if they could see you now. Happy day, Jade. I feel like that has to be my new greeting to everyone. Happy day. All you could do was continue running and stumbling down towards the beach, away from the residents and their sleepy occupants. It was only a few minutes before you arrived at the expansive ocean shore. Cove kicked off his shoes and strode right into the water, not stopping until his feet were entirely submerged and the waves tickled his ankles. Let's get in the water with him. I'm just coming by to say hi and thank you and drop a lurk. Thank you for the lurk, Jade. I'm so glad you like them. That makes me so happy. The stickers are all made by Panda Bunny Studio, who is a fantastic LGBTQIA artist and creator and lovely being. And we love Panda Bunny. And yes, I'm glad you love them. And oh, speaking of Stream Elements. Stream Elements. Look at you go. That is Panda Bunny's link, y'all. Check out their store. Stream Elements really said I have your back right now. That is so funny. Anyways, I'm glad you like them, Jade. That was almost like I had dropped a command, but I didn't. Stream Elements was reading my mind. Thanks for the lurk. Oh my goodness. Not as cold as when you would. The two of you stood there watching this as the sun continued its ascent over the horizon. Silence fell between you until finally dawn had fully broken. Even then, Cove spoke in a whisper.
Wow.
Can't believe it's over. I can't either. A ghostly smile crept over Cove's face, like the sun peeking out between clouds on an overcast day. Cove reached out suddenly, enveloping your hand in his, pressing your palms tightly together. The silence returned just for a second. I'm glad we came this morning, and that we came on this whole visit back.
I'm so glad.
But more than anything, I'm glad for ending up in this town in the first place, where I got to grow up with a really nice neighbor. I couldn't have wanted any other life. I feel the same way, Space Cadet! Cove looked over at you out of the corner of his eyes, not turning his face away from the sea. His expression was full of affection, from the gentle curve of his face to his clear, contented brow. It was a stark contrast to the tears rolling down his cheeks.
I love you.
I love you. I love you. You counted yourself lucky. Even though you were leaving now, this place had gifted you with so much that you'd carry with you wherever life might take you. The memories you made, the lessons you learned, the people you built relationships with, you keep those pieces of your life in Sunset Bird forever. You stood with Cove silently watching as bright rays swept away the last of the night shadows until the day truly arrived. Your spirits were high as the sun rose ever higher in the sky. The two of you had found yourselves meandering back to the neighborhood street on sandy feet, strolling down the path just as you'd done thousands of times. Thanks for the lyric, friend! The friends you met along the way. I know, it really touches the heart, huh? I wonder where else they're going with this chapter, though. Like, it should be about over, I would think. This was where it all started. You were compelled to look at the exact spot you first encountered Mr. Holden sitting dejected on the curb. He wasn't like that anymore. Still, you couldn't forget the day it began, just as you couldn't believe what an adventure it led to. Things had never been the same since that moment, and you couldn't be happier for it. Your mental lingering on that meeting had turned physical, causing you to stop in your tracks. It was only when you heard Cove's voice calling your name that you remembered when you were and realized what you'd done. What a present it was, a shining sun, a clear blue sky, and Cove James Holden by your side, all the most natural things in the world. So, what's the next step? You watched Cove expectantly, waiting for him to guide you forward from here. There was a crinkle around his eyes as he laughed. It's up to you now. Ooh. You're giving me too much power. Haven't you worried about it going to my head? Cove smirked, shaking his head.
It's okay.
Don't worry about it. I'm listening, so go ahead. His eyes met yours, holding your gaze. I believe in you, Devin. No matter how much time might pass, there were some things that you could count on to be consistent. Cove, your family, his family, and all your other loved ones being there for you when you needed it was one of those things, since the beginning and for always. Knowing they were there and you would never be truly alone made the future look all that much brighter. Oh my god. Want to find somewhere private to make out? Why is this an option? Do you want to keep walking through town? Want to grab something to eat? We should see who can reach the end of the street fastest. I can't wait and see. I can just wait and see what happens. I would have a race. Let's race. I want to race Cove. Oh my goodness. I have the make out option though. I'm dying. It wouldn't be the first time the two of you had to run that race. Hopefully it wouldn't be the last either. Cove noted his gaze, the shifting from you to roam across the little place that you both called home. Still a lot out there in the world. A lot of different ways things could go in the future. But for this, I think there'd be this perfect choice. You beamed his approval of your suggestion, lifting your spirits ever higher. Your days growing up in Sunset Bird had been so wonderful. Even the prospect of leaving again made your chest ache. Yet you weren't going to let that stop you. It would be hard, but you knew that it would still be there waiting whenever you wanted to return. Facing Cove, who'd been by your side through it all, you knew that one day you'd look back at those moments now just as you fondly reminisced about your childhood growing up here. Each happy moment you experienced became only a memory of what used to be, but that was what life was, and it was okay, as it was from the beginning and continuing that way for always. Life took another step forward. Thank you for being a life here. Oh my god, you can come back again always. I'm gonna cry. Oh, that's the end of the game. The end. That's literally so sweet. Oh my god, we finished the game. We finished the game. I can't, that's so cute. I can't believe we finished it. My heart. This game is literally like the sweetest. That definitely took longer than I thought it was, though. I can't believe my heart. I like literally, that game just makes me so happy. The relationships in it, the LGBTQIA plus representation, the neurodivergent representation, because Cove is canonly autistic now. It's just such a good game. The diversity, oh my god. And the romance and the support and the families. It's so cute. My heart. Thank you all so much for being here with me and going through the game together. I really do appreciate it. I know this game is very niche and like not many people know about it, or like, and I know like story games like aren't always the most entertaining to watch, but I really enjoyed doing it with you all and experiencing it together. And I don't know, it's been a fun journey, and I appreciate you. It's so cute. This was one of the first games I started streaming with, and now we are done with it. So I don't know. I am feeling very in my feels right now. I'm in my feels. I love you. Have a great rest of the day. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week, and see you soon.